my beautiful little unicorns, and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that you're on my channel, my name is Vanessa and I, and I would like to welcome you into the fam. So all my beautiful souls of this planet, it's been a minute, and if you follow me on Instagram, then you'll know that I was on a vacation, so therefore uploads were a little slower than usual. However, I am back, revitalized and rejuvenated, and I'm ready to bring divine messages to you, as well as healing and relaxing content. So in today's pick a card reading video, we are going to be talking about the next big unexpected changes that are coming towards you. And this video is a Vanessa Samina exclusive, a highly personalized as well as accurate tarot reading. So let me explain to you exactly how this video works. First, you get to choose from one of these 4 groups that I have prepared for you in order to receive the first part of your personal reading on all of the big unexpected changes that are coming towards you next. Once you have received this first part of your reading, you get to scroll down into the description box where I have a timestamp for each sign of the zodiac, so you can then click your zodiac sign in order to receive the second part of your prediction, making this pick a card reading like a free personal prediction. And if this is the first time that you're on my channel, or you've been here before and you continue to come back for the vibes, for the relaxation, as well as the emotional support, make sure that you don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as turn on your notification bell. By doing so, you are not only ensuring that you never miss another reading that is relevant to your life, but you also allow the algorithm to know that this video was helpful to you and had a positive impact, so many more beautiful souls of this planet will be able to watch their readings. So make sure that you're subscribed in order to participate in this positive domino effect. But now let's get into it. The 4 groups that I have prepared for you are as follows. Group number 1 corresponds to the White Sense Tarot deck, as well as the Amethyst. Group number 2 corresponds to the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck, as well as the Tiger's Eye. Group number 3 corresponds to the Daily Crystal Inspiration deck, as well as the Carnelian. And group number 4 corresponds to the Angel Answers Oracle deck, as well as the Aquamarine. But as already mentioned, the timestamps to all of these 4 groups can be found down below in the description box for quick and hassle-free access. So without further ado, I am going to get into your readings now to figure out what big unexpected changes are coming up next for you, so you can not only feel supported in your journey moving forward, but also relaxed and prepared for what is to come next in your life. I will be starting off the readings with the first group, which corresponds to the White Sense Tarot deck and the Amethyst. So if this is indeed the group that you've chosen, please continue to watch. And to all of my other lovely groups, as well as signs of the zodiac, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello group number 1, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the White Sense Tarot deck in conjunction to the Amethyst. Let's do a quick close-up of your crystal just so that you can get acquainted with its energy and vibration. This is a beautiful amethyst. This is a crystal that helps bring out your intuition and your psychic abilities. So that may be why you intuitively felt drawn to it, but you may have also just felt drawn to the stone because it sounds familiar or looks familiar to you and you really enjoy its physical appearance. But let's move into your reading with the White Sense Tarot deck in order to figure out exactly what big unexpected changes and events are coming towards you next. So first up, we have the King of Cups. In the King of Cups, I can see here that someone may be coming into your life who has a very authoritative type of energy. They are compassionate as well as smart, wise, and most likely quite a bit older than you. The King of Cups is the king of water signs, so to say, because if you didn't know this, group number 1, the Suit of Cups corresponds to the element of water. The King of Cups is someone who always has great advice and who is always on the lookout for everyone's best interest. So this person coming into your life, and this being an unexpected change for you, group number 1, is a positive one, as the King of Cups is definitely someone who is going to have your back. Next up, we have the Eight of Cups. In the Eight of Cups, I can definitely see here that a big unexpected change is that you may have feelings of restlessness around this person, and that may be because you feel a certain sense of attraction or chemistry between you and the King of Cups. If one of you is in a relationship, then that may explain exactly why this weariness and restlessness is occurring, because you know that the attraction is maybe a little bit forbidden and should be kept secret and should not further be explored. I can see here within the Page of Pentacles, group number 1, that it's important for you, despite these changes that the King of Cups is invoking in your life, to kind of keep your entire headspace with your career and all of the desired outcomes that you're trying to produce for yourself in your professional life. I can see here in the Page of Pentacles that yes, it will take willpower to not further explore the opportunity that is coming towards you in the King of Cups, but at the same time, like, it's nice to feel mutual attraction or feel that you are desired, because even if you are in a committed relationship or marriage, it's always good to know that you've still got it, group number 1, and there's nothing wrong with that, so long as you don't do anything that goes behind your partner's back, and so long as the King of Cups doesn't do anything that goes behind their partner's back. So going behind someone's back isn't necessarily just when you get physical with another person. Going behind someone's back and not respecting a relationship already starts when you have a conversation with another person that you wouldn't have in the presence of a romantic partner, that you wouldn't have in the presence of someone who you're with. So I do see here that a little bit of playful flirtation or playful kind of electricity in the air is something that is going to spark a big change in your confidence for the better, and it's not hurting anyone. I can see here next within the Medallion, group number 1, that again, the sense of feeling like you've still got it, the sense of feeling like, maybe you aren't that bad after all, that is definitely a change that's coming for you, an increase in your confidence in yourself, as well as understanding that yeah, you are definitely a medallion. You're definitely someone who is sought after and someone who deserves to be respected and treated with integrity. I can see here within the castle that protecting yourself is what's coming up next. In the castle, I can see here that you're not going to just allow anyone access to your energy, your time, or your love, group number 1. And I see that here in conjunction to the medallion and this epiphany of what your self-worth truly is, what it stands for, and how important it is for you to embrace your self-worth. Because if you don't embrace your self-worth, who else will, group number 1? So keep in mind here within the castle that it's definitely very important for you to treat yourself like a castle, like a fort, where the inside, being on the inside, is something that is respected, is something that is coveted, that is taken care of, and where you don't just allow anyone into your castle. Next, we have the Poet. So in the Poet, there are some sweet talkers around, group number 1. There is no other way to say it. There are some people around who are definitely going to try to get into your castle, so to say, and you may see this as, getting close to you physically, emotionally, however you'd like to take this, group number 1. Do know here that it's important for you to be on the lookout for anyone who is maybe a little dishonest or just looking for fun and then done. Okay, so it's very important for you to be careful when it comes to that, as I can see here within the underworld that of course love and just overall physical attraction is something that can be beautiful, but at the same time is also something that can cause a lot of unexpected changes and ruffle people's feathers in your life. Even being single and being someone who is sought after or who goes on a lot of dates, you may find that friends get really jealous. The same goes for being in a relationship and having single friends or friends who are in a relationship themselves that they're maybe not happy in. They may get very jealous. They may have some dark thoughts that they wouldn't express or act on, but nevertheless that energy can still sometimes be in the room. I do see here within the shadow that a big unexpected change is definitely that you're starting to feel what is lurking in the shadows. You're definitely starting to feel, group number one, that it isn't easy to be you, not because of the struggles that you go through, but also because you definitely have to put up with a little bit of opposition every now and then from people who should really be cheering you on and who should be on your team. So it's very important for you to ensure that you're leaning on people who are like the King of Cups, who are experienced, balanced, who are compassionate, and who have enough going on in their life that they don't need to care so much about what's going on in your life or judging your situation. Next up, we have the ocean. Group number one, if you're still with me, leave a little ocean emoji down below in the comment section to let me and everyone else know that you're still here and that you're enjoying your reading. So in the ocean, I do definitely see here that there is some ebb and flow that's coming for you. Okay, times are changing and you will have to learn to be flexible and less rigid in your approach to life. So you may have to learn new things about how to do business, about how to handle your relationships. And I can see here within the whale that it's all about breaching. It's all about overcoming obstacles that up until this point seemed like they were too big for you to face. So overcoming obstacles meaning not being in this space where you're wondering whether you will ever be as successful as you want to be. Not feeling as though, well, this is where my professional life is at and I don't know if it can grow. I don't know if it can develop into something better. Group number one, it's very important for you to overcome those types of self-limiting beliefs, as there will be definite big changes coming up in your life next if you manage to do so. Ebb and flow has everything to do with your emotional state and well-being. If you're in a good place with yourself, then of course there will be a little bit more that is coming towards you. There will be more opportunities. It may also come with a bit more of an emotional roller coaster, because manifesting can of course come with a lot of hope, sometimes even disappointment, and having that type of up and down is something that you can definitely learn to live with, and you can definitely learn not just to live with, but to handle in a way that is healthy for you, where you don't always feel as though you are the victim of your emotions and they're kind of out of your control. Next up, we have ancestors. So in ancestors, I want you to understand here that your ancestors are rooting for you, and a big unexpected change is definitely your connection to your lineage that is coming up again. So you may see family photos, or you may actually further investigate your family lineage just in order to connect a little bit more deeply with where you're from, either geographically or on a societal level. I can see here within the wolf that you instinctually will know when the right time has come for you to look into your family history, especially if that is like a sore spot for you, especially if that is something that isn't easy for you to deal with, group number one, because of where you're from, your family of origin is from, and everything that they've been through, especially if, for example, you're adopted or you've just gone through a lot of hurt when it comes to your ancestors, or a lot of unknowns, and that may have scared you, or that may have caused you to feel like, I'm not really sure if I want to look into the history in great detail, because that might upset me even more, especially if your ancestors have gone through a lot of oppression at the hands of other people, at the hands of maybe the ancestors of your friends, your coworkers, your boss. That is definitely something that can scare you into being afraid that it may make you bitter the more you find out what really happened in the past, and you don't want it to affect the present and the future. But group one, I want you to understand that you are an emotionally intelligent being who can overcome any of those adversities that your ancestors have faced in the past and the feelings that those may invoke. And you may want to play out on those feelings in the present moment, but do know that you're stronger than that. You don't need to do that, and you can lead with strength and by example, rather than allowing for a vicious cycle of hurt to still be here in the present moment, okay? You decide how you move forward and how you take your lineage forward, group number 1, and that is really powerful. Next up, we have the volcano. So in the volcano, there is volatility here for you, group number 1, so some explosive type of energy. We already kind of spoke about that when we spoke about your ancestors, when we spoke about certain feelings coming up that you're maybe afraid of or that you're maybe very cautious of. But do know here in volatility and the volcano that when things need to erupt, they may have just been building up in pressure for so long that there's no other way and things need to be expressed. But once they are expressed, the volcano can lay dormant again. So see yourself as a volcano, group number 1. Volcanoes don't usually erupt very often. Of course, when they do, it can cause a lot of destruction and it definitely leaves a mark, let's put it that way. But do also know here that most of them lay dormant most of the time, and this is definitely the type of approach that your guides want you to take when something needs to come out that has been slumbering for a long time. There is no way around it, but try to ensure that when you lay dormant peacefully and not just with pressure continuing to build up within you. Next up, we have the 9 of Wands. So in the 9 of Wands, I do want you to know here that you're definitely moving on to a space where you feel as though you're building up resilience. And this is a big, unexpected, positive change for you, group number 1, that allows you to look past or beyond other people's words, especially if they're hurtful or if they're very naive and ignorant. I can see here within the Strength card that we have a reiteration by your guides in the universe of your power, your courage, and the inner strength that you possess. The Strength card is not at all about physical strength. It's not at all about being someone who can retaliate by pushing back or punching back or screaming back. The Strength card is all about the inner strength that allows you to remain composed, calm, and in control of yourself in any given situation, no matter what happens around you. Next, we have the Page of Swords. So in the Page of Swords, I can see a sense of curiosity when it comes to this inner peace that you have and where it's coming from. So group 1, you may feel like you're going through some sort of spiritual awakening or epiphany where from one day to the next, you're like, wow, I'm the calmest I've ever been. You don't know where it's coming from, but somehow it just happened, and somehow it's just now a part of your character and a part of your life. And I do see in the Page of Swords that you want to find out where that has come from, and you may further look into practices that connect you to this inner calm and stillness. Here in the Six of Swords, do know that you're going through quite a bit of a transition, emotionally speaking. As we already mentioned in the Page of Swords, you're learning to deal with difficult emotions in not just a mature way, but a way that is really unbothered, that really shows that you have grown as a person spiritually and emotionally. And this is a big transition that is coming for you. It's a big travel from where you are right now. Let's just end off your first part of your reading, group number 1, with my Gentle Heart Tarot deck. This is the tarot deck that I authored. This is the 2nd edition. It comes with even more rose gold foiling than the 1st edition. As you can see here, these gilded edges are just everything. Let's see what other messages we have about your big unexpected changes. I can see here in the 7 of Cups, group number 1, that the choice is yours as to how quickly you move along during this transitional phase, and the choice is definitely also yours whether you give yourself to who we spoke about in the Poet. I mentioned to you that there were some people who are interested in you, possibly just interested in you physically speaking, and I want you to know, group 1, that you're being called to empower yourself to take whichever choice and decision that you feel is right and not feel any regret whatsoever. We have the Strength card reversed, which already showed up for us at an earlier point in your reading, group number 1, and I can see here in the Strength card reversed that reminding yourself that making choices based on what you want is just as powerful as speaking your mind. It's just as powerful as having yourself mentally in a place of control and in a place of tranquility. So definitely take all of this advice on inner strength to heart that we have here from your guides in the universe. In the Three of Diamonds, I do see that when it comes to flourishing materially, there is an increase that is available for you the more you kind of just make the choices that feel right. If you want to be in a casual relationship, even one that gets physical, do know here that so long as you lean into what makes you feel good and what makes you feel like you're living your best life, you will be able to attract more material wealth and prosperity. In the Seven of Crystals, I do see here that you will, of course, have to put in that extra time and effort to get what you want. At work, you're definitely going to have to put in go that extra mile is what I meant to say. Go that extra mile that other people won't go. And that doesn't mean to be a workaholic or work far beyond your limits, both mentally as well as physically, but it definitely means to think outside of the box and to go that extra mile where it makes sense and where it makes a big difference, where other people may shy away of putting in the extra time, thought, and effort. So group number one, this is the first reading that I received for you. This is the first part of your two-part prediction. Now scroll down into the description box and click your zodiac sign in order to receive the second part of your reading. Furthermore, all of the rings that I have been wearing during this reading will be linked down below in the description box. They are all my designs. These are all my crystal rings that you can get from my online store, bowlife.com. All of my crystals and jewelry are shipped straight from Switzerland to your doorstep with DHL. Yes, I do offer worldwide delivery, so make sure that you check that out, group number one, and thank you so much for being here, and I'll catch you over during your zodiac signs prediction. Hello group number two, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck in conjunction to the Tiger Eye crystal. Let's do a quick close-up of your crystal so we can get you acquainted with its energy and vibration. This is the Tiger's Eye crystal. This is an absolutely beautiful gemstone that allows you to follow your intuition and instinct, and you may have intuitively felt drawn to it because of its qualities, but you may have also just loved its appearance. Let's move further into your reading. Well, let's move into your reading, group number two, in order to figure out what the next unexpected big changes and events that are coming for you are all about. So group number two, first up, we have the Sage. So in the Sage, I can definitely see that your commitment and devotion is going to be tested. And let's figure out in what area of your life this is happening. We have the Protection Guardian. I can see here that an area in your life where you have been guarded, where you have had your shield up, so to say, is going to kind of require of you to let your guard down and to drop your shield. So if you've been really on the fence about love, do know that the only way that love can progress forward will be by you opening up and being unafraid to drop your shields. If you have been really on the defense about your work, or you've been afraid about what's coming next for you professionally, do know here that the only way that you will be able to flourish to your highest potential is by dropping your shields. So do understand here that the Sage definitely shows that a big unexpected change for you is a release of tension and you feeling like you constantly need to be guarded. It's all about you devoting yourself and being 100% committed to the cause, 100% committed to your goals, rather than spending any time, energy, or effort in a place where you are guarding yourself, protecting your heart constantly to the point that you can't let anyone or anything in. Next up, we have the White Witch. So group number two in the White Witch, I can definitely see here a change of you being the light, of you becoming the light, you becoming this luminescent entity, this energetic frequency that people love to have around them, that people love to have as a part of their life and their existence. So I wouldn't be surprised if you get invited out a lot more, group number 2, and if you have really pleasant encounters with strangers, for example, offering you free trinkets, free gifts, offering to speak to you, to purchase you a coffee or a tea, or to just overall be there for you when you need them, to go that extra mile to help you out, whether that's in a coffee shop or a department store, or whether that's at your local bank. I do want you to know here in the White Witch that everyone around you, everyone in your day-to-day life can definitely feel a change in your energy, a change in the type of vibration that you're putting out, group number 2, and it is definitely a change for the better, a change for the positive. Next up, we have the Ace of Swords. In the Ace of Swords, I can see an increase in clarity and focus, which will result in a breakthrough, something like kind of a spiritual enlightenment, group number 2, an epiphany. Do know here that the Ace of Swords does signify a new beginning. It does signify that there is the option here for you to think completely differently if you allow yourself to think outside of the box, and of course to also be unafraid about what you may discover, group number 2, along the way. Let's move further into your reading. Next up, we have the Page of Cups. In the Page of Cups, I can see here that a water sign, because the Page of Cups corresponds to the element of water, to the suit of cups. So I do want you to know here in the Page of Cups that this person who is a water sign, think a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancerian, someone who is very sensitive, is definitely going to surprise you in a crazy way that's going to get you thinking about them differently, in a way that's going to have you drop your shields. So meeting someone who is a water sign, or having kind of like a rendezvous with someone who's a water sign, who is younger than you, who is maybe at times even a little bit naive, a little bit of a dreamer, is definitely going to surprise you in a way that you didn't expect. So for example, this water sign, having always been someone that wasn't taken very seriously by a lot of people, you still respected them, but now all of a sudden the tables have turned. Yes, they still have very young, fresh, and bubbly energy, but they have put their manifestation powers, their type of dreamer energy towards their goals, and now all of a sudden they are ahead of everyone else, okay? So in society, being ahead means being kind of like ahead of time, being more mature for your age, or having accomplished more than other people typically for your age or within your timeline. Now, that does of course not decide whether someone is an awesome person or not. That has nothing to do with it. But I do want you to know here that the Page of Cups is someone who inspires you because they have gotten ahead of the game. They are successful in all areas of life, in their career, their personal life, their love life, and people wouldn't have expected it from them. You definitely gave them a bit more of the benefit of the doubt than others, but do know here within the Page of Cups and the Ace of Swords that they are definitely inspiring you to also be a dreamer and to not care about whether other people think that your goals are realistic or not. Next up, we have the Six of Pentacles. So in the Six of Pentacles, I do definitely see here that this water sign is going to offer you a lot of kind words, a lot of uplifting energy, a lot of generosity. That is one thing that I see in the Six of Pentacles. They're going to give you tips. They're going to be that cheerleader that you need. And I definitely also do see the type of energy that I would display for you, group number 2, within the Page of Cups, as well as the Six of Pentacles. I would definitely be here hyping you up, you know, as a little Cancerian, the little crab that I am, with my pom-poms, being your cheerleader and telling you that there's nothing you set your mind to that you can't accomplish. Let's move further into your reading. We have the Justice card. So in Justice, I can see here that you will find moving forward that a big part of your epiphany and this type of feeling of enlightenment that we spoke about in the Ace of Swords group number 2 is you understanding that your success is your responsibility and that that is a part of your truth. And if you vibe with that group number 2, definitely leave a little star emoji down below in the comment section to let me and everyone else know. What does that mean that your success is your responsibility? Well, it means that you're not leaving your success up to chance, and you're also not going to blame other people if there are any setbacks. You're going to find a way to proactively overcome obstacles, and also understand that when the responsibility lies with you, the responsibility of your success, that means that you also have limitless potential. If you believe in that, if you give yourself the benefit of the doubt to understand that if someone else is able to become the best athlete in the world, the wealthiest person in the world, the most creative person, one of the most highly respected artists, then so can you if that is what you seek out. But if maybe you want to, for example, start your own family and live a life that is very low key, if other people can do that, be happy and not feel like they're missing out on anything, know that it is your responsibility to empower yourself enough to understand that no matter what you want out of life, you can, and it is attainable. Next up, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So in the Seven of Pentacles, I do see here that you will be required to, of course, be a little bit patient and persistent in your pursuit to receiving what you want, especially when it comes to manifestation. I feel like a lot of people give up right before their manifestation actually comes true, right before they're actually able to see how their manifestation has worked and played out. So do know here within the Seven of Pentacles that being persistent is going to help propel big positive changes further into your life, group number 2, and is a great way for you to also practice being disciplined. Next up, we have the Tsunami. So in the Tsunami, we have a big wake-up call. Your wake-up call is the spiritual enlightenment and epiphany that we spoke about here in the Ace of Swords, this breakthrough, this clarity. You putting your focus on something in your life and seeing how that focus actually turns into results. I can see here within the ceremony that there is definitely some results that are coming your way. There are definitely some results that are going to be a part of your wake-up call. And the results coming your way are going to take you by surprise. So like, for example, not expecting to get a promotion, not expecting to have some extra cash in your account, but all of a sudden it kind of just happens. All of a sudden you just find that part of your wake-up call is how little manifestations that you have made or thought about throughout the years are coming true for you, and that it definitely shows here that when you put your focus on what you desire and you truly believe that it is attainable for you, that while things may not happen instantly, immediately, within hours or days, it definitely does get you onto the right track, group number 2, and that it's so important for you to not give up and to remain disciplined. I can see here within the dance that there are some great celebrations that you didn't expect that are coming towards you as well. And in conjunction to the Six of Pentacles, I definitely see something like a surprise party that is being organized for you, like some sort of gift that you didn't expect from another person, where they're just trying to celebrate you and just trying to show you that they care about you and that they appreciate you. Let's move a little further into your reading, group number 2. I'll be using my Gentle Heart Tarot deck. This is the 2nd edition. As you can see, there is a lot of rose gold details to my deck. I'll leave the link to it down below in the description box. So first up, we have the Emperor reversed. So I definitely see that there is no need for you to prove yourself. So maybe in the past you would have worn your best outfit, your most expensive accessory to a gathering, or just every time you left the house because it made you feel better about yourself, or it gave you some sort of sense of security. But I can see here in the Emperor reverse that you're stripping yourself of anything of earthly nature that you feel gives you status, or that in the past you felt kind of proved that you were worthy of people's time or energy. In the Emperor, I see that you're growing beyond that, and you're not placing any amount of self-worth or value onto material things that you may wear or own. Next up, we have the Knight of Swords. In the Knight of Swords, I do see that for you, group number 2, you're coming to this understanding that your mind and who you are on the inside is the most beautiful thing, and that you are an intelligent being, and that's all you need. Like, the best accessory that you can wear is really the confidence that we have displayed here in the Knight of Swords. And you understanding that while certain things may give us confidence, like wearing a nice outfit or an expensive accessory like a nice watch, a nice piece of jewelry, a nice bag, a nice pair of shoes, I mean, whatever it may be, group number 2, that doesn't really have longevity. It may give you a boost, but then you will need the next item, and you'll want to jump onto the next trend. And you will find that the void will never truly be filled, and you will never truly be as confident as you can be unless you cut the cord to that connection of a material thing that you own somehow being reflective of what you deserve, or somehow indicating what social class that you belong to, or what social class you would like to belong to. So I definitely see that part of your big enlightenment and your epiphany is really just not caring about those things anymore, and seeing people who care about that so much, not as people who are like less enlightened or anything like that, but understanding that, you know, you may have been at that point in your journey once too, to respect that it can take time, and also to give other people the time to figure out that they aren't their incomes, they aren't their handbags, their shoes, their watches, whatever it is that they own. They are so much more than that, and that they can come to the same epiphany that you have with gentle love, care, and encouragement. Next up, we have the Strength card reversed. So group 2 in the Strength card reversed, I do see here that when it comes to strength, emotionally speaking, you find that this is something that comes naturally to you. And in the Nine of Cups, you see here that just through love, care, kindness, and compassion that you have had for yourself, you are definitely able to like up your game in every sense of the word. Spiritually, emotionally, you're just unbothered, and you don't feel as though you need to buy into any trends any longer, because you're secure in who you are. I do see here within Judgment that, of course, like some people may think that this is an act. Some people may judge you, and they may say, oh, you've changed. Why are you so different now? Well, you remember in the past when you used to care so much about what you looked like, or you used to always want X, Y, or Z. Group 2, those are just like remarks of people who are trying to like bait you into reacting or going back to that place. So do know here within Judgment that if you feel like someone is kind of like provoking you a little bit, or trying to call you out without calling you out, right? Trying to call you a hypocrite without straight out saying that you're a hypocrite, that is their business, and you should definitely stay far away from reacting. Keep in mind here in the White Witch as well as the Sage, being devoted and committed to yourself, and just being a light and not stooping to a level that is filled with more negativity than necessary is what is meant to come for you moving forward, group number 2. I do see here within the Hierophant that a big unexpected change for you is definitely how much support that you find within yourself, rather than finding support on an exterior level, and just how happy you are with support that you have within you. How much you feel like in the past you may have always wanted validation from others, but moving forward, how that really doesn't make a significant impact or change on your life anymore. Then last but not least, group number 2, we have basically the most favorable card of the tarot, which is the World card. This card signifies completion, happiness, abundance, bliss, overall being in a state where you feel satisfied with life and where you feel like your life is truly in a place where you know that you can be at peace and in a calm state and merely enjoy every moment that you're gifted with, because we are all in line to coming to like the end of our lives, right? And you can't walk further back in this line of the end that is nearing. I mean, if there's one thing that is promised for all of us, is that life has a finite amount of time for us in this body, right? In this earthly plane. So do know here within the world that really enjoying every moment and understanding that that's part of the ride, not knowing when it's all going to end or how much more time that we have, that should really like encourage you to focus more on enjoying every moment in that manner, not knowing whether it's your last, not knowing whether you still have 100 years to come, but just giving every moment the gratitude, the attention, and the love that it deserves, because this is truly giving your life on this planet, your life in this physical body, the respect and the adoration that I really feel like you and your present moment deserve and should be given by you. Okay, so try to put your phone away as much as you can. Try to not get distracted too often and to appreciate this very moment, as lots of great changes are coming for you, group number 2. So this is the first part of your reading that I received for you. Make sure that you head on down into the description box, click your zodiac sign so you can receive the second part of your prediction, where we get even more personal and we get into even more details about the next big unexpected changes that are coming for you. So group 2, thank you so much for being here, for spending this divine time and space with me. So group number 2, I'll catch you over during your zodiac signs reading. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Daily Crystal Inspiration Oracle deck in conjunction to the Carnelian. This is the beautiful Carnelian, group number 3. You may have felt drawn to the stone because of its physical appearance, but maybe you also sensed its energy that is filled with passion as well as a drive and ambition. So if that resonates with you, group number 3, do know that this is a reiteration that you're in the perfect group for you. So let's figure out exactly what big unexpected changes are coming up next for you. First up, we have the Amazonite. So in the Amazonite, group number 3, no more controlling any situation, group 3. Okay, you're going to have to loosen your grip. You will be forced to do so if you're a bit of a control freak, if you're definitely someone who likes to be in control, who likes to know the ins and outs of absolutely everything in life. That may work in some instances, but moving forward, I can definitely see big unexpected changes coming for you that are beyond your control or feel beyond your control, and you will have to just loosen your grip, because the tighter you hold on to a specific result that you want out of life, out of a situation in love or your career, the more you're going to risk that tension actually just causing more harm than any good. Next, we have the Chrysoprase. So group 3 in the Chrysoprase, I see for you that you need to allow yourself to receive whatever outcome and result that the universe sees fit for you right now. So by whatever outcome and result, I mean being open to receiving things that maybe aren't 100% what you wanted, but are definitely a part of your journey. Like, for example, if you're looking to purchase a home, or if you're looking to purchase a vehicle and you find that you found something that isn't like 100% perfect, but that is what your budget provides, do know here that there is still potential for upgrades. Okay, just because you're not able to do the exact perfect thing that you want now, maybe you're not able to go on the vacation that you want to go on right now. Maybe you're not able to be in that romantic relationship that you want right now. You might be able to make other connections with amazing human beings. They may not be your twin flame, but they are still an important stepping stone to your soulmate and twin flame, because they may introduce you to that person. Just as, for example, you not being able to go on, your dream 7-star hotel vacation or your dream exploration of the Amazon rainforest. I mean, whatever it is that you're trying to do, while you may not be able to do precisely that right now, you may be able to go on another trip that actually prepares you for that, that actually ensures that you already know what to pack, you already know how to prepare, that when the time actually comes for you to go on that trip, for you to explore that part of the world, or for you to purchase your dream home, you have already had practice in a situation prior that then allows you to not make so many mistakes moving forward. So definitely loosen your grip on getting exactly what you want at the exact time of you wanting it, and allow yourself to receive, as sometimes what you're receiving first does have very specific lessons that will help you moving forward in life, and that will help you once the real deal has come. Next up, we have the red jasper, group 3. Don't forget to take action. I can see here that the next big unexpected changes coming for you are definitely all about how fiery you are from the inside out. I see that in the choice of your crystal, as well as the red jasper already appearing within your reading so early on. I do see here in the Amazonite and the red jasper that rather than clinging on to a specific result, the universe wants you to loosen your grip, and of course to take action wherever you can, rather than being so specific that you're holding out on taking action because you want the perfect moment to come. Group number 3, there is no point in doing that. There is so much for you to gain, learn, and experience right now, that loosening your grip is actually going to be so liberating and so freeing, because there will be this big release of tension within you. The sun is such a favorable card, group number 3. I'm so excited that you received this within your reading. Enjoying success and happiness, that is part of the next big unexpected changes that are coming for you. Leave a sun emoji down below in the comment section, group number 3, to claim this with positivity. Furthermore, do understand here within the sun that this is a card that appears after you loosen your grip. This is a card that has appeared after you have been able to take action, because you've loosened your grip and you're not so hell-bent on one specific outcome in your life. Next up, we have the Traveler. So in the Traveler, I can see here that moving in a new direction is of course something that comes naturally out of this situation, that comes naturally when you let yourself be more flexible rather than remaining rigid. So moving in a new direction of course also comes with new opportunities for you. As I can see here within the She-Wolf, that you will find that you have a wild side to you, group number 3, that is unexpected, that is a big change. And this wild side definitely shows that you're taking more risks than you ever thought you were brave enough to do. I see that in conjunction to the red jasper and the crystal of your choice, the Carnelian, and that by taking more risks, you're not just being stupid or reckless. You're not just putting yourself in difficult situations. You're actually able to live more. You're able to experience more, to enjoy more success and happiness, because group number 3, you may have been overly cautious or a bit of a worrywart for so long that simply unleashing the wild within, as we have here within the She-Wolf, may feel so foreign to you that it just like triggers this huge explosion of emotion for you, and this huge explosion of opportunity that you didn't know you had. Next up, we have the Trader. So in the Trader, group 3, I can see here that exchanging energy to create abundance is something that you are learning in this instance. So we definitely spoke about you taking action, you being less afraid, as well as being very much in a space where you're taking risks that you otherwise would have been really unsure about. And in the Trader, I see that fearless energy, exchanging that for abundance, is what is coming as an unexpected big change for you, group 3. So exchanging fear with courage, that brings abundance, that helps you create abundance. Also exchanging worry with just putting yourself out there, doing it, trying it, gambling a little bit to a reasonable extent, that is creating abundance and more possibility for you. I can see here within the Fire Guardian group 3 that this will also help you to ignite more passion within your life. And igniting more passion definitely also means that in the past you may have been afraid to create something, be it like draw something, create music, because you're afraid that you won't be as good as some other people out there. But do know here within the Fire Guardian that the more you focus on trading insecure energy for energy of abundance, insecure energy for courageous energy, energy that is unafraid to unleash the wild within, the more you will find that you can ignite passions and be less worried about whether you're perfect at them, really good at them, and more actually involved in being in the moment and creating. And being in the moment and being able to just create without judging yourself is definitely something that you just have to have down if you want to have any type of success, which is so kind of like weird, right? Because we're afraid about creating and not worrying about what others think. We're afraid about being judged. We're afraid of our work not being good enough, when actually the less fearful that we are, the better our work becomes, and the more the likelihood of us actually being successful. So try to just let go of overthinking. Overall, group number 3, not trying to call you out, but that is definitely a big change that's coming for you as soon as you give up overthinking. We have more fire. So we just have a lot of fiery energy. Okay, we have the Carnelian, we have the red jasper, the Fire Guardian, the fire card, we have the sun. Okay, there's a lot of heat that is building up for you, group number 3, that is unexpected. A lot of heat that is coming into a situation that otherwise may have been very mundane, that otherwise may have been rather not boring, but just a lot less interesting than it's getting for you. So I see the big unexpected changes definitely have to do with a big increase in you feeling like your life is super interesting, like you are super interesting. You have a lot to talk about. You have a lot of experiences that you're going through, that you're making, and that you can share with others. I can see here within the ceremony that it almost feels as though there is this invocation for you. It almost feels as though through fire, through passion, through igniting your passions, it's like you're having this little rebirth, this little ceremony where you're celebrating this new chapter in your life that is filled with action, that is filled with more things getting done, and you just experiencing more in life overall, because you're not being so afraid or so worried or too scared to put yourself out there. In the clouds, I do see this shape-shifting being a result of it. So you may actually physically change due to this, group number 3. And by physical change, I mean your body looking different because you're taking more action, you're being more active. Quite literally, your body is shifting as well because you're doing more, moving around more, being more unafraid. Your facial muscles are used differently. Rather than frowning or having fear be something that you express a lot with your facial muscles, you're maybe feeling more relaxed or more happy, and that definitely changes how your face looks like. People who frown a lot or who worry a lot definitely have other default facial expressions as people who are more relaxed, and people who are able to lean back more, and people who laugh more and enjoy life more, because guess what? Those facial muscles definitely leave a mark on your face in general. So the more you use the muscles that show happiness, relaxation, good feelings, good vibrations, the more your face will reflect that, even if in its relaxed state. And the more that you frown, of course, the more those creases will start to settle and become evident in your face. So do know here in the clouds that that is what I mean as an example for how you may physically change on this journey. I can see here within the Hierophant that moving forward, group 3, a big unexpected change that is coming for you is understanding just how closely linked that your physical appearance is with your internal and spiritual well-being. The more your well-being is heightened and increased on a spiritual level or on an internal level, if you're not a very spiritual person, the more you find that that shows on the outside. So maybe your skin being a lot softer and clearer, or your body feeling a lot more toned up and firmed, the more you're in a good place with yourself. Here in the Six of Crystals, I do also see that this sparks a lot of hope for the future, and it gives you this kind of taster for what your future can look like the more you believe in the fact that loosening your grip and unleashing a little bit of your wild side can actually have a really positive impact on how you move forward and how you enjoy your life. The Six of Crystals does also show me here that just looking into your future and what may potentially be your future, the more you kind of focus on taking action and what makes you feel passionate, the more you actually think like, yeah, I can be victorious here. Like, I can really make a change for myself. I can do something that no one in my family or friend circle has been able to do beforehand. And in the Eight of Crystals, the result is definitely you hitting the ground running, okay? Putting in a lot of time and effort, a lot of fearless energy into your dreams, into everything that means something to you, group number 3. So the Eight of Crystals definitely also reminds me of when I was starting my own company, when I was creating my own tarot deck, of which, you know, these 2 cards here are derived from the Gentle Heart Tarot deck. I'll leave it linked down below. In the Eight of Crystals, I definitely found that I moved forward at a way more rapid pace the more that I kind of just unleashed my inner knowingness of understanding like, hey, I can accomplish anything that I want if I believe in myself. So I might as well give myself that push. I might as well think to myself, hey, if other people can do this, I can be victorious too. And the more I loosen my grip about something being perfect, whether it is writing my own tarot deck, you know, creating the guidebook that's almost 100 pages that comes with every deck, whether it is my tarot reader course, my videos here on YouTube, loosening my grip on wanting everything to be perfect and putting my passion into it, allowing myself to unleash things however they come out, and understanding that people appreciate passion and authenticity even more than they appreciate perfection. I can see here within the Nectar group number 3 that the more you kind of unleash your passion and the more you unleash your authenticity, the more you will find that it feels almost like you're wearing this nectar, right? Like you're wearing this thing that people flock towards. So you're becoming more and more attractive the more you unleash the authentic self. Here in the self, I do also want you to know here that self is something that you have as a human being that I feel like isn't discussed as often as it should, but the self can also create a little bit of distance between you and others. Don't take yourself so seriously, group number 3. Don't take the self so seriously that you feel like you are separate from the person in front of you, next to you, from other people across the globe. Like, nature is whole and you are a part of nature, and so therefore you are whole as well, and therefore we are all interconnected as we're all a part of this big system. I can see here within apocalypses that you're breaking down big walls, group number 3, and I'm so proud of you for that. Your reading does show that big, unexpected, significant changes that are coming for you have everything to do with an increase in you feeling this interconnectedness, in you loosening your grip on otherwise feeling like you have to micromanage or control a situation, and unleashing more of the authentic you and the things that you're passionate about, and allowing for your art to come out however it feels right for you to express it, rather than judging it based on the art that already exists, allowing yourself to create your own authentic version of your passion, your career, and what you want your life to look like. Group number 3, this is the first part of your reading that I received for you, and I truly hope that you found it insightful and that you enjoyed it. But now it's time for you to scroll down into the description box and click your zodiac sign so you can be fast forwarded to your zodiac signs part of the prediction, so we can get even more detailed and personalized on the big changes that you didn't expect expect that are coming next for you. So I'll catch you over during your zodiac signs reading. Hello, group number 4, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Angel Answers Oracle cards as well as the Aquamarine. Let me show you a quick close-up of the crystal of your choice so you can get acquainted with its energies and vibration. This is the Aquamarine. You may have felt drawn to this stone because of its physical appearance, but maybe also because you intuitively felt drawn to its calming and relaxing energy. So let's get into your reading, group number 4, to figure out exactly what the next big unexpected changes coming towards you are going to be. We have in the near future. So group number 4, there's definitely this reiteration right off the bat in your reading that these changes are happening in the near future. So think days, weeks, and maybe just a few short months. Next up, we have within the next few months. Group number 4, do we even need me? The cards are speaking for themselves. We definitely spoke here about things happening in the near future, so do know that everything that we discuss within your reading is meant to happen within the next few months. All of these changes are meant to take place sooner rather than later. So let's see exactly what these changes entail. Group number 4, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So in the Wheel of Fortune, I do see here that there is some destination that you're meant to get to, and this destination has a lot to do with karma. It has a lot to do with your destiny and the type of energy that you've put out. So group number 4, if you've been putting out good energy, if you've been putting out energy that definitely speaks to you caring for yourself as well as you caring for others, you being a compassionate type of person, I do want you to know here in the Wheel of Fortune that that is the type of energy and outcome that you're going to experience soon, that you're going to find within your life sooner rather than later. I do also see here within the 7 of Pentacles, group number 4, that you are very patient as well as diligent in your approach. And patience and diligence is definitely something that the universe often tests us on, because when you don't see results rolling in as quickly as you would like them to roll in, it can be easy to get impatient and to try to push things along way more quickly than you really should. So I do want you to know here in the 7 of Pentacles that being persistent and also staying on the ball, even if things don't happen as quickly as you want them to, may actually result in like a domino effect of all of a sudden things happening really quickly, really positively in just a few short months for you. So you may have been building up to a moment for even years, and all of a sudden the results just flood in within a few months. So do know here within the Wheel of Fortune that if you have been afraid about never seeing any results for all the hard work that you've put into your life, fear not, group number 4. A big unexpected change is that all of a sudden you will find that actually you are supported. Actually, all of the work that you've put in is paying off. Let's continue to move into your reading with my Gentle Heart Tarot deck. I will leave the link to the 2nd edition of my deck down below. Let's see, we have the Star. So in the Star, group number 4, I do see that a big unexpected change coming for you is just how much more hope that is in your life within these next few days and weeks, because you're seeing how all of a sudden everything is aligning for the better for you. All of a sudden everything is turning into what you've always wanted it to be. Your love life, your personal life, your career. I do see here in the Knight of Cups that you're asking yourself how you deserve all of this, group number 4. What you have done to now be in a place of great fortune, to now be in a place where it seems like your destiny is meant to be a really positive, amazing one that you can be proud of. Do understand here in the Wheel of Fortune that all of those times that you had good intention and you were empathetic and compassionate and someone maybe wronged you, all of that adds to the type of karma that you have created for yourself, because you let other people's karma be their own, even if they mistreated you, but you didn't stoop to their level, or you didn't try to look for revenge or retaliation. And that definitely adds to a very positive future and to a future filled with good karma. We have the Two of Crystals next. So in the Two of Crystals, group number 4, I see that a big unexpected change coming for you is definitely also that you are going to have to decide to go with something for the time being. So in your career, if you've been juggling multiple jobs, you may have to just like choose one if you really want to excel at it. In your personal life, maybe you've had some friends that you've been struggling to meet up with, and you have to like choose the ones who you want to prioritize. The same goes for love. You may have been in a love triangle, and now a choice needs to be made. Now there finally has to be this notion of you setting your mind to something and following through with it. As I can see here within the Knight of Swords, that group 4, you just don't have the mental capacity to be spread all over the place any longer. And maybe it's also because you're getting older or you're growing in maturity that you just don't have the patience to be so all over the place or to deal with any drama, be it drama with friends or family. It's just not for you, and you're definitely taking the necessary steps and changes to eliminating those type of energetic entities that are definitely not serving you or anybody else involved. I can see here within the Queen, group number 4, that this is just the type of energy that you are exuding that is also coming as a big change for you. You may have always felt like a prince or princess, like a page, like someone who wasn't able to fully express what they wanted because you don't want to seem conceited and you don't want to seem spoilt or demanding. But I can see here in the Queen that you're finding just the right way to communicate that makes it very clear what you expect and what you want, but also doesn't make you feel afraid that you're coming off conceited or you're coming off demanding. Okay, so I do want you to know here that there is definitely a journey happening within you in the way that you communicate that is contributing to the big unexpected changes coming for you, group number 4. In Apocalypsis, the old you is going to fade away, okay? The page you, the princess or prince you that was rather kind of insecure about asking for what they want is going to be a thing of the past, and is just definitely going to be a part of your identity that was maybe appropriate during a part in your life where it didn't serve you to be as assertive. For example, in school years, it doesn't always serve you to be assertive or to know exactly what you want, because there's a system in place telling you exactly what you need to learn, what type of exams that you need to take, and there are teachers that will of course not tolerate anyone even asking a question because of their maybe God complex. If you've ever had a teacher like that, you know what I'm talking about, group number 4. Or, you know, teachers who just overall, they just don't have the time for discussions or to look beyond what the books are telling you, despite there maybe being new evidence that is based on science that shows that maybe their teachings are dated. So do know here that this increase in confidence, assertiveness, and wanting to bring up new evidence is coming at the perfect time, and is definitely you kind of like shedding old skin that wouldn't have allowed you to do that because it didn't serve you. So maybe you were in survival mode at an old job or during school where you were just like, okay, I'm just trying to get through this because even if I'm right, it doesn't serve me because the teacher or my boss is like grading me and is paying me, is keeping me employed. So me having an opinion that potentially will ruffle their feathers, that may have been a survival instinct for you to not go there. But I can definitely see in the Queen as well as Apocalypsis that you're going to be able to shed that, right? And to be able to be more confident in your opinions and understand that they are valid and that they're important. Next up, we have the Bardo. So in the Bardo, I can see here that leaving kind of people in the past who cannot even tolerate another person's opinion is what's coming for you. And the Knight of Swords as well as the Knight of Cups, you are curating a friend circle that is active, dynamic, filled with ambitious people and people who you really resonate with, people who you feel truly get where you're coming from and understand that you're not a pushover and you're no longer going to be someone's punching bag, that you are empowered. I can see here within the shaman that you and your new friend circle, you trust in higher forces. I do see that a big change that's coming for you is maybe also your ability to heal yourself, as we have here within the shaman. The shaman is a healer. The shaman carries a lot of ancient tradition and wisdom with them, and doesn't always need the approach that is, say, traditional to be supported in their journey to healing and in their journey to enlightenment, to being compassionate and helping others along the way. So while there is definitely a lot of value in modern medicine and modern ways of therapy, there is also a lot that we can still learn and implement from ancient wisdom, tradition, and higher forces that have not yet been explored. In the broken arrow, I can see here that embracing the energy of peace, group number 4, is definitely a big unexpected change that's coming for you. So rather than feeling like you want to go against a authority figure or someone who has been putting you into a box, like we spoke about with a teacher or, for example, a boss or a coworker who never truly let you embrace who you were, rather than feeling mad or feeling angry or feeling like you want revenge or to get back at them, I can see here in the broken arrow that you're merely embracing the energy of peace and understanding that there's no point in doing that, and it's best for you to lead by example. You're not going to be a tyrant just as they were. You're going to lead in a way that is peaceful, that is caring, that is understanding, and that allows for everyone to have their space. So you will let them experience what you wish they would have let you experience, and you're going to allow that to have an impact on them rather than exerting power, force, or overall any type of angry emotion over someone who may have done the same to you. You're not going to stoop to those levels. I can see here within the mirror guardian that you're not doing so because you've had a lot of time to reflect. You've had a lot of time to figure out exactly why someone may have done you wrong or what may have compelled them to do so, and you actually feel a little bit of compassion, but also you feel kind of sorry for someone who feels like they have to inflict pain on others in order to accomplish something or to make themselves feel better. I can see here that rather than focusing on that, group number 4, big unexpected changes coming for you is that while you had a lot of time to reflect, you're not staying in that headspace. You're dreaming, you're journeying, you're moving on with your life. You want no part of anyone's kind of like pity party. You want no part of anyone trying to be a forceful tyrant leader type personality. You want no part in an establishment that encourages that. So you know that there is a place that you belong. There is a job, an academic pathway, there is a relationship, there is a family system, a social system and community that you belong in, where everyone is allowed to dream, where everyone is allowed to journey, and no one feels like they have to make themselves small or to kind of slide in the bottom of the hierarchy because of the force of who is above, of who is atop of them. I can see here within the black tourmaline, a group 4, that a big unexpected change to you is just how much that actually protects your energy. The less you identify with feeling the need to conform to social norms and standards, the more that protects your energy and the more light that brings in. That is one thing that I can see here within the citrine. The more lighthearted energy that you have, and the less that you take things seriously, because you understand that we all have a limited amount of time on this planet. At some point, we're all going to be gone, and what does it then matter whether people liked you or not? What does it matter whether you fit into society, whether you fit into a religious circle or not? What really will have mattered is whether you lived your life to its fullest capacity and whether you really enjoyed your life. It's not going to matter whether anyone else agreed with you or not. Last but not least, we have the Sunstone group number 4. You're taking pleasure in all of the things that you do. We have that confirmed and reiterated within the Sunstone for you, group 4. So you taking pleasure in the things that you do as the new focal point is going to come with lots of big miraculous changes that will definitely increase your mental as well as physical well-being moving forward. In group 4, this is only the first part of your reading that I received for you. You pick this group and now you get to scroll down into the description box and click again. Click your zodiac sign, click that timestamp, and you'll be fast forwarded to your zodiac signs prediction, which serves you as a second part of your reading, which will inform you about more big unexpected changes that are coming towards you next, so you can feel as best prepared as possible moving forward in life, as clearly all of the changes coming for you, group number 4, are in the very near future. So make sure that you click your zodiac signs timestamp, and I'll catch you over during your signs reading. Hello, all my beautiful Aries babies, and welcome to your zodiac signs prediction on all of the next big unexpected surprises that are coming towards you. So let's see what these changes entail. I'm going to get straight into your reading with the angels and ancestors oracle cards. We will of course be mixing everything up as we go. Do not worry about that, all my beautiful Aries babies. So we have 3 cards right off the bat. Let's reveal. We have Mother Earth, the Hermit, as well as the Medicine Mother. So all of my beautiful Aries babies, and the Medicine Mother, I can definitely see here that a next big unexpected change coming towards you is you honoring your inner knowing and feeling really independent when it comes to your connection to other people. So you have other people in your life because you want them in your life, not because you feel like you need them. That is one thing that I can see in the Medicine Mother in conjunction to the Hermit. And in the Hermit, I can definitely see that you have a lot of like introvert vibes, so to say, all my beautiful Aries babies, as you're able to completely recharge when you're by yourself. You don't exactly find that you're able to recharge as well when you're around other people. And Mother Earth, do know here that feeling loved and comforted is a surprising change, because rather than needing other people to make you feel loved or comforted, you can make yourself feel that way by knowing that you can follow that inner voice of yours and still be led to the right place and still have really great outcomes in your professional as well as personal life. And you don't have to consult with anyone in order to be successful. But Mother Earth is definitely also a sign of fertility and a sign of, potential pregnancies happening around you, all my beautiful Aries babies. But not to freak out, this doesn't mean that the pregnancy has to directly affect you. Next up, we have the Tiger's Eye. So in the Tiger's Eye, I do see here that overcoming your fears, that is a next big unexpected change that's coming towards you. So I do see you overcoming a fear that has been with you for a very long time, that has potentially made your life a lot more difficult than it needed to, but nevertheless that fear was there and that fear has impacted you. Let's find out a few more details about this fear you're going to overcome. Ooh, Thanatos is a card that also represents perishing, that represents death. So in the Tiger's Eye, I can definitely see you overcoming this fear of life just having like an end date, right? Everyone having almost like an expiration date. I see that the older you get and the more that you experience and the more that you see, the more you are kind of okay with this concept of death being a thing. We have a card that popped right out of the pile, which is the Father. So in the Father, I can definitely see here that rather than feeling super afraid about life being finite and life coming to an end, I can see here in the Father that you're all about making the best of what you have right now, and all about making the best of the fact that none of us know how long that we have to live. None of us have the concrete answers that can 100% say what's going to come towards you in the future. But I do definitely see that through maturing, you are not so afraid of death anymore. You understand that it's the most natural thing of life. It's the most natural thing of our existence. And you are also overcoming any fears of yours when it comes to just living your best life and honoring and following your inner knowing. Next up, we have the Moth. So in the Moth, all my beautiful Aries babies, your very adventurous side is definitely calling to you. So the side of you that feels kind of propelled to try new things, that feels propelled to lean into your energetic nature that you have as an Aries. However, you can also be a little bit impulsive, and that is where you're being called to really look out for yourself in the Moth and remind yourself that just because you are maybe flying towards the light doesn't mean that that is the best thing for you in that very moment, or that it comes without any repercussions. I can see here within the Zebra that you're being called to take everything with a little bit more of a stance of balance. So understanding that, yeah, while going towards the light or working really hard in order to attain more financial and earthly stability is something to be proud of and something that shows discipline. At the same time, make sure that you have a good balance between like your private life, as well as I can see here within the Lizard that you can turn cold-blooded if you continue to just work and kind of neglect yourself. The Lizard is a cold-blooded animal, which means that the temperatures of the lizard's environment really kind of determine its body temperature. It's not warm-blooded like, for example, a zebra that remains in a constant body temperature. For any of you beautiful Aries babies who didn't know, you are a warm-blooded living being as well as a human being, because your body remains at like a steady temperature. So do know here within the Lizard as well as the Zebra that you're being called to ensure that you're taking care of yourself and you're not kind of making your environment dictate your internal state and dictate how healthy you are or how quickly that you can move. Because when reptiles are in the shade and they turn colder and colder, they can only move like a lot more slowly than when they're heated up and in the sun and they're ready to go. So ensure that you're not turning cold-blooded at this point in time, all my beautiful Aries babies, because using that analogy in the Lizard and Zebra, I definitely see that maintaining work-life balance is the most important thing for you right now. Last but not least, we have the Black Egg, and in the Black Egg, I can see even more surprises coming for you in the next weeks and months that are just being prepared for hatching. So I do want you to know, all my beautiful Aries babies, that some big surprises coming for you are definitely you honoring and following your inner knowing, as well as understanding that being an introvert is something that gives you a lot of power right now, because you're not reliant on other people's opinions to know whether you should move forward or not. Furthermore, you're overcoming many fears of yours, including the fear of death, of perishing, of life having an ending that is unknown. Well, the date of it is unknown, and trying to ensure that you keep yourself in a balance where your external world doesn't dictate your internal health. So all of my beautiful Aries babies, this is your zodiac signs reading. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. If you stayed to the end of your second part, leave a zebra emoji down below in the comment section. Furthermore, do know that I will have all of the crystal rings that I've worn in this video down below in the description box as well. They're all from my crystal shop. Feel free to browse, to check everything out, and I'll catch you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello, all of my beautiful Tauruses of the world, and welcome to your zodiac signs predictions. So let's move into exactly what the next unexpected changes are that are coming towards your zodiac sign, shall we? So I'm going to move straight into it with this oracle deck. Lean back, relax, and enjoy, all my beautiful Taurus babies. So let's see what the universe has to say for you. We have the new moon as well as lightning. So all of my beautiful Taurus babies, in the new moon, I can definitely see here that a next unexpected change coming towards you is just how many promises that you will find give you like power, so to say. How many people are going to promise to help you out, to be there for you, and how meaningful those promises really are. Also, a promise may be made by a romantic partner, which shows that they truly care about you and they truly love you. And a promise could be in the form of a promise ring, an engagement, a wedding, a marriage. A promise from a friend or a family member could, of course, also mean something similar, like them helping you out financially or being there for you emotionally when you need them. I can see here in these stone people that because you're the type of person that others know that they can count on, and you've definitely proven to be someone who is loyal and caring, you now hold a lot of power in relationships because people don't want to lose you. They don't want to be in a situation where you step away from the connection to them because they know just how much they would lose if they end up kind of like pushing you over the edge or not keeping their promise, as we spoke about in the new moon. Next up, we have the stag. So all my Taurus babies in the stag, we have some earth sign energy, which works really well for you, all my beautiful Tauruses, as you are an earth sign yourself. You're someone who is very security loving as well as warm-hearted, and in the stag, I can see that the more you can trust in a situation, the more you can thrive. So the more you know that you can also rely on others, the better you work. Because you're also a very reliable sign, you expect that from anyone who you deal with, which of course sometimes can backfire, but I can definitely see here that the next unexpected changes have a lot to do with you feeling like you can fully trust people in your life and that you can just enjoy not only the ride and the relationship, but you can fully focus on experiencing the moment rather than worrying that you'll be betrayed. I can see here in Father Sky that trusting the unknown is something that's changing. This is something that's new for you. As a Taurus, you're maybe always a little squinty-eyed, a little skeptical when it comes to other people and their motives, as well as just situations that you've never encountered before, because you are definitely someone who likes their routine. You like what you know, you like what you like. That is basically what a Taurus is known for. And I do want you to understand here in the Father Sky as well as the stag that the less you're kind of connected to a certain outcome or expecting a certain outcome, the more power that you have, the more you can trust the unknown, the more you will be able to thrive. In the warrior, all my beautiful Taurus babies, you've overcome so much. You've been through so much. And I can definitely see here in the warrior that because you have gone through experiences that other people never will go through and probably will also never understand, like the severity and the gravity of, that is definitely something that has turned you into a very fearless, strong, and bold warrior. So you're unafraid when it comes to new challenges. You're unafraid of just overall standing tall and standing strong for what you believe in. I see definitely a lot of deep-rooted earth energy in the stag, the warrior, as well as the stone people. And in lightning and the new moon, I definitely see a lot of air. We have the same here within Father Sky. So a great mixture between your earth sign energy is present within your reading, as well as some air sign energy, which speaks of great communication, which is something that Tauruses can always benefit from. Next, we have the nectar. So all my Taurus babies, you're definitely going to be a little tempted by something. You're definitely going to feel like, there's something here that I'd like a little taster of. Let's see what that is. We have the ring. Okay, a little taster of commitment. All my beautiful Taurus babies, you love commitment. You love the truth. You love people who are honest and who you can count on. And in the ring, I can definitely see in conjunction to the nectar that you're not going to say no to a promise from a romantic partner. You're not going to say no to a promise ring or an engagement that's potentially coming up. I can see here within the gem, you're definitely one of a kind. And once you are in a committed relationship, like, you are in it to win it. You are not going to cheat. You're not going to look elsewhere, even if other people kind of like tempt you, if you will. Putting the ring together with the gem, I mean, we definitely get marriage vibes here. We definitely get soulmate and twin flame vibes. Doesn't even necessarily have to be the conservative approach of, you know, getting married with a diamond ring. A promise ring, or just this inner knowingness of being together forever, is definitely like a big unexpected change that I see here being a big part of your life moving forward, all my Taurus babies. Last but not least, we have the riddle. So everything is wrapped up beautifully. Presentation is something that you Taurus babies are definitely suckers for, so to say. You love anything that's visually appealing and beautiful. You love a nice presentation. So I do want you to know here that if an engagement, a promise ring, or some sort of festivity that celebrates a connection is important to you, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be beautifully presented. It is going to be something that you are so proud of, and that makes you feel like you are finally getting that same reliability in return that you have been giving for so many years. So all of my beautiful Taurus babies, this is the reading that I received for you. Leave a little lightning bolt emoji down below in the comment section if you made it to the end of the second part of your reading, your zodiac portion. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this two-part approach, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming videos. Hello, all my beautiful Gemini babies, and welcome to your zodiac signs part of this reading. So we're going to get into what is coming towards all of my beautiful Geminis, what the next unexpected changes and events coming into your life truly are. So I'm going to get straight into it. Just lean back, all my beautiful Gemini babies, and enjoy this highly personalized approach to your reading. So first up, we have the hummingbird. So I see fast forward movement, all of my beautiful Geminis. You are naturally very witty. You're naturally very fast, youthful, as well as lively. So this energy should be right up your alley. However, it's coming very unexpectedly, as I can see here within the raccoon, that something that has been moving very slowly or in the shadows is finally going to come to light, and is finally going to surprise you with lots of great positive forward movement. I can see here within the owl that you're being very watchful over the situation. So if, for example, you have been waiting for an answer about an exam or about where a relationship in your life is going, I can see that yes, it is going to move a lot more quickly than it has up until this point, and that will surprise you, but you're still watchful, you're still careful, and you're still ensuring that you're keeping your head tightly screwed on, all my beautiful Geminis, because you are very intellectual and very intelligent, and you're definitely not going to be played in any situation just because someone is baiting you a little bit, or just because you're hearing a little bit of information. You definitely want to make sure that the source is trustworthy. I can see here within the Hermit that a next unexpected change that's coming for you is definitely also a bit of a phase where you are reclusive, where you're not talking to so many people, not because you don't want to or because you're feeling too depressed to do so, but more because you're just going through a lot, because a lot is happening around you and you're just trying to process things in your own time. I do see here within the Eight of Swords that you might feel a little bit torn whether you should listen to your intuition or whether you should listen to what your rational mind is telling you to do. In the Eight of Swords, I do want you to know that sometimes it can feel almost like you are entrapped or surrounded by so many rational thinking people, by so much just scientific stuff that it can be hard for you to break free of that, to break loose of that and say like, hey, my intuition and my instinct is valid as well. There may not yet be a way to explain its validity and why it is so valid or how much sense that it makes, but nevertheless, this is just something that I know deep within, and instinct is highly underestimated and is definitely something that still needs to be explored. And a lot of us are between a rock and a hard place when we're trying to explain why we make certain decisions, especially if they're intuitive ones. Next, we have the Seven of Diamonds. So it's the next big unexpected change or event coming for you, all my beautiful Gemini babies. I see in the Seven of Diamonds that decisions you make intuitively, decisions that happen quickly, are actually really favorable for you at this point in time. Usually when you make decisions on a whim, it doesn't always necessarily work out really well, but as a Gemini, you're definitely someone who benefits from a quick pace. You are always watchful. When you need a little bit of time to make your own mind up, you step away from the noise. So you're really good at differentiating between when to move forward and when to take a little bit of time to think things through. And then I see here in the Seven of Diamonds that this is really serving you well when it comes to your professional life and your career. Next, we have the Aragonite. In the Aragonite, I see a release of your emotional baggage. I see a release of this baggage that you may have been holding when it comes to knowing when to let go of clinging on to intuitively making decisions and when to prioritize your intuition. And with emotional baggage, I definitely also mean people who make you feel like you're wrong for even considering your intuition. I can see in the Lepidolite as well as the Aragonite that you're starting to understand more and more that anyone who's overly critical about your decision making or just the things that you want out of life is most likely in a place where they have a little too much time to be so concerned with what you're doing. In these smoky quartz that popped right out of the pile, you're definitely being called to just let them go, okay? Just as the saying about the mango goes, let that man go, all my beautiful Gemini babies. The smoky quartz stands for a big unexpected change coming next, definitely being you letting go of anyone who doesn't make you feel like this. Let me show you the facial expression on this card from the Gentle Heart Tarot, which is actually the tarot deck that I authored. The link is down below in the description box. It ships worldwide. It's super high-end and will last you for years to come. In the Seven of Diamonds, look at this chill, unbothered facial expression. So anyone who does not make you feel like that, okay, the change is definitely how you are setting strong boundaries with them or getting rid of them altogether. In the Black Kyanite, that is something that becomes very clear, and it's definitely something that is super healthy for you, all my beautiful Gemini babies, because you're quick, you're witty, you're on your toes, you are very versatile and eloquent, and you need to be surrounded by people who can keep up with you and keep up with all of those amazing traits of your character. So all of my beautiful Geminis, this is the zodiac portion of your reading that I've received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed this two-part approach, that you found it insightful, and that it made you feel as special as you truly deserve to feel. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll catch you in one of my upcoming readings. Hello, all my beautiful Cancerians of the world, and welcome to the zodiac portion of your reading. So let's figure out what the next unexpected changes and events that are popping up in your life are going to be. So I'll get straight into your second part of your reading. Lean back, relax, and enjoy, all my fellow Cancerians. First up, we have the Unicorn. So the Unicorn is, of course, near and dear to my heart. I can definitely see here that we're immediately connecting, all of my fellow Cancerians. Of course, you're part of the Unicorn fam because Cancerians, we recognize one another. We understand what it's like to be so emotional, loving, as well as really protective, and someone who is imaginative, who is creative as well as intuitive. So in the unicorn, I can definitely see here that surrounding yourself with people who have the same or very like-minded type of energy will bring the best out of you. As I do want you to know here in the dragonfly that there is still so much more that you can see, accomplish, and be a part of. There are so many more heights that you can reach. The dragonfly is definitely also a symbol of prosperity. The unicorn is a mystical, magical being. So it seems as though for all of my beautiful Cancerians, unexpected changes coming towards you definitely entail a lot more strength that you're becoming aware of, that was slumbering within you that you didn't know, as well as more opportunities that you're taking that are actually turning out to be really favorable and changing your life for the better. In the lion is what I meant to say. I do see a lot of courage. I can see in the lion a lot of you feeling kind of unafraid and like you're able to take on new responsibilities and feeling as though nothing could possibly go wrong, because after all, the universe, luck, and all things magical are on your side. And this is something that you're feeling. This is a big shift in your divine guidance and support that is currently taking place. Next, we have the Magic Guardian. So all my beautiful Cancerians, in the Magic Guardian, I can see that you feel like you've truly unlocked your magic within. And it shows within the unicorn, the dragonfly, as well as the lion. This is a very potent mixture of animal spirits to have appeared all together right at the start of your sign's reading. So understand that moving forward, an unexpected change coming for you is definitely unlocking the magic, unlocking your personal power within. In the Medicine Guardian, I can also see here that you are really open to healing information as well. And healing information may be you informing yourself about healthy diets, about healthy ways to move your body, to take care of yourself mentally, and just being open to not knowing everything, being open to certain habits that you may have had up until this point in your life. Maybe they were unhealthy. Maybe you never understood just how toxic, for example, alcohol was, or how sleep deprived you've been because maybe you've been drinking too much coffee or tea, things with caffeine. Maybe you've been taking other supplements that have been messing with your sleep, your cycle, whatever it is that you have been dealing with for a while that you maybe didn't know any better, but I can definitely see some big epiphanies and changes coming towards you that you didn't expect that are going to have a healing outcome on a problem that you're currently dealing with. I can see in the White Witch, you're the light, okay? You are allowing yourself to be the leader in a very gentle, kind, and caring way. So showing others that you don't have to retaliate, you don't have to seek revenge if you feel wrong done by. I can see in the White Witch that rather than seeking any form of revenge or retaliation, you're just all about leading by example and not stooping to a level that is dark, sinister, or in any way, shape, or form aggressive. Moving further into your reading, we have the High Priestess. So I do want you to know here in the High Priestess that your learning curve is definitely happening very exponentially. So maybe you're taking in a lot of information through podcasts or books. You're learning a lot about new topics. And I can see here in the Lion that further gives you courage as well as self-confidence. However, here in the Ten of Swords, you definitely got to let go of certain belief systems. And I mean, you're doing that. We spoke about that in the Medicine Guardian. You're open to new healing information. I do also want you to know here in the Ten of Swords that it's important for you to focus on your sleep. I see in the Ten of Swords here that improvements can be made when it comes to sleeping, when it comes to relaxing, and some proper self-care. In the Justice card reversed, you have not been doing yourself justice, all my beautiful Cancerians of this world. You definitely need to put yourself more on a pedestal, put yourself more on this space on this pedestal that screams, I'm a priority and my basic human needs can be optimized. And the more optimized that your basic human needs are, for example, sleep, your hobbies, you nurturing yourself properly with good nutrition, right? With things that actually have a lot of vitamins and minerals, the more you will find that you can truly delve into unlocking the magic within and getting the most out of yourself. In the Five of Diamonds, don't be surprised if for the time being, a change that is coming towards you is just not really being interested in material things, and also not being too bothered if maybe your finances are not as large as they once were, or they're not at their highest point or peak. In the Unicorn, Dragonfly, Lion, and the High Priestess, I can see that right now you're taking in a lot of information and you're just getting ready truly to unlock more of the magic within you. And through unlocking the magic within you, having faith that everything that you need will follow is one thing that I can see comes as a big change. So you're not so much worried about receiving more material assets or making more money right now. You understand that sometimes it takes a little bit of time to develop something that will then give you the material and earthly abundance that you desire. For example, if there is a program, an artwork, a software, whatever it is that you're working on, learning about, maybe it even has to do with stocks or, another business venture. You first have to take in information before you can put anything out there that is going to generate income, that is going to generate revenue. So that is where I can see here in the Five of Diamonds that you're aware of that and you're not letting that stress you out, which definitely shows a very mature Cancerian. So all of my beautiful Cancer babies, I hope that you enjoyed this reading and that you found it insightful. Leave a unicorn emoji down below in the comment section if you made it to this point. I hope that this two-part approach was insightful to you and that we will be able to connect with one another again sooner rather than later. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll catch you in one of my upcoming readings. Hello, all my beautiful Leo babies, and welcome to your zodiac signs portion of this video. So we'll get straight into the second part of your reading. I hope that you enjoyed the first part. I'm excited to get into the Leo portion now, however, so we can figure out exactly what the next unexpected changes and events that are coming towards you are. So let's get into it. First up, we've got the Ten of Wands. So all my beautiful Leo babies, in the Ten of Wands, I can definitely see here that something that needs to be addressed and something that is going to change is stress. Okay, is any feeling like you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, like you have kind of almost this burden that you're carrying around with you. I can definitely see within the Ten of Wands that this is something that is changing. Moving further into your reading, we've got the Six of Wands, where I can see here that success finally being rewarded, as well as having some great achievements in your life, is something that is coming up next for you, all my beautiful Leos, which is great after speaking about the Ten of Wands and how that needs to change. So it definitely looks as though any stressors and any type of burden or responsibility is turning into you finding that you can achieve things because you can cope under so much stress, but also you can finally leave stressors behind because you have completed the projects, you've gotten the postcard, now you can move on to something that won't leave you feeling so burnt out or like the whole world is on your shoulders. Next, we have the Fool. Okay, a new beginning, and this is exactly what we were moving towards when we were speaking of how you can move on from feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, all my beautiful Leos. You are very generous and loving. You're very faithful and warm-hearted as Leos. And in the Fool, I can definitely see that this is a new beginning that you more than deserve. And I can definitely see like a lot of innocence here within the Fool, a lot of this childlike sense of wonderment in being able to go through a new beginning and being able to access a fresh beginning where you no longer feel so stressed out. So we're starting off stressed out, all my Leo babies. Then we're moving into success, rewards, and achievements in the Six of Wands. And then in the Fool, you get a new beginning. You get a fresh start and a second chance. I can see here within the arrow that what the universe is trying to communicate to you is that one of the most important things that you can do for yourself moving forward is to surround yourself with protective energy and with positive people who support and encourage you to protect yourself and your sanity. Anyone who is kind of driving you insane, anyone who is making you feel like you're just tired, you're overwhelmed, and it's all too much, keep those people far away. As I can see here within the she-wolf, that unleashing the wild side that you have within you is only possible once you're surrounded with protective energy. And we all sometimes need to let out some of our wild side. We all sometimes need to just let out a little roar or a little dance when we're either with friends, family, or by ourselves, moving our bodies and using our voices in a very wild type of way. So I can definitely see that you have to do that when you're feeling safe and not like you're being judged. As I do see here in the drum, that the more you can kind of just move your body intuitively, maybe sing, speak, rap, I mean, whatever it is that you like to do intuitively without judging what's coming out and without judging what it looks like or sounds like, the more you can actually kind of create something that was once a dream but can turn into a reality sooner rather than later. So if you've always loved music or you've always loved creating, speaking, inspiring others, the more you just unleash your wild side and find your own style and way of doing things, the more you'll find that you can actually journey to a place where it's your main squeeze, where it's something that you're doing as like a career. I mean, just think about it, all my beautiful Leos, right? I'll just inform you of this before I move further into your reading. This card just popped right out of the pile, so I'm really excited to figure out what that is. But on a side note, just think about it like, for me, creating my channel as well as my business, bowlife.com. It's linked down below if you want to check it out, or if you're interested in just knowing what I'm speaking of. I had to like pave my own way and find my own way of reading, of doing my business, of handling all of these things. And I wouldn't have been able to do so if I was hell-bent on doing it how it's described in the books, or how, you know, certain university or colleges teach you that things should work. So do know here that you don't always have to go the conventional route. And the more that you just let yourself try lots of different things, the more something will feel really right and be able to stick. So now let's figure out what's beneath this card. So we have the fault line. In the fault line, there are some wedges here, and these wedges may show up in conjunction to people who just don't gel with how you're doing things in your business or in your life. You know, people who feel like you should go down a more conventional route and who feel personally offended by you unleashing the wild within. But this is often just kind of a reflection of their own insecurities and their own regret for not being able to unleash their wild side every now and then. I can see here within the Bardo, all my beautiful Leo babies, that a next unexpected change coming for you is that once you unleash like your wild side, your lioness or lion side, you won't want to go back ever again. You're not going to feel a sense of like shame or embarrassment moving forward. For you, it's almost like even a challenge to do even more things that other people would find embarrassing, just knowing that you don't care and that it doesn't affect you, that if you want to do something, you will, as long as it's not harming anyone or getting in anyone's way. Like, there is no reason to feel embarrassed about anything, whether it's wearing a outfit that is really crazy, whether it is creating something in your life that just makes you stand out, or posting something on social media that is unexpected or unanticipated by many people in your life. You're not allowing fear of judgment to hold you back any longer. And once you've reached that point, there's like no going back. Your creative juices are flowing and you're wearing whatever you want to wear. I can see here within the medallion that this just kind of like amps up your quote unquote value in community, in your society even more, and in your community, because people know you as this person who is unafraid to do whatever they want. And if there's one thing that people can respect, even if they don't agree with you, it's definitely authenticity, and it's definitely fearlessness to be yourself and do whatever feels right. I can see here in the waterfall that this is something that comes effortless as soon as you've tried it the first time, maybe the second time, just unleashing your wild side. You're never going to want to go back, and you're never going to want to be in a place where you're holding this part of yourself in. I see here within the wolf, as well as, you know, the she-wolf, that we have a very instinctual, natural side of yours that is coming out, all my beautiful Leos. And this coming out very naturally and being something that was meant to be for you is beautiful to see here within your reading, and is beautiful to witness unfold for you in the near future. So the next big unexpected change is definitely just how little you care about other people's opinion about you and what makes you happy. In the Labradorite, seeing the magic is a natural result of this, seeing the magic in other people as well. So even if you don't like someone's style or you don't agree with what they're doing, you find more and more respect for those who are authentic and still just going for what they want. And in the Tiger's Eye, a natural result, of course, of this entire reading and the information that we're receiving from the divine for you is that you are overcoming your fears. And this is a big change. You haven't faced this many fears or this big of fears in a long time, all my beautiful Leos. So it's about time that you touched base with your fears again, checked in with whether they're still active, and then conquered them, and that you did something that made you feel like you have now expanded your horizon and your comfort zone again. So all my beautiful Leo babies, I am so looking forward to you expanding this comfort zone of yours. Leave a little lion emoji down below in the comment section to let me and others know that you're still here with me. Thank you for being a part of this video. I really hope that you can appreciate and love this two-part approach, and that it was really insightful and personalized for you. I'm looking forward to catching up with you in one of my upcoming videos. So take care, and I'll speak to you later. Hello, all my beautiful Virgo babies, and welcome to your zodiac signs part of this prediction. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of your reading, but now we're going to move into exactly what unexpected changes are coming towards all my beautiful Virgos of this planet. So let's move into it. First up, we have the forest. So all my beautiful Virgos, if you've been thinking about spending time in the forest, know that this is a sign for you to finally do so, and also to understand that catching a breath is a great yet unexpected change that's coming towards you next, and that's going to serve you immensely. I can see here in the tsunami that you need this breath, you need this meditation as a wake-up call, especially if you've been overworking yourself and not taking any time for recuperation, self-care, as well as rejuvenation. In childhood, I can see that in a way you are a very innocent person. As a Virgo, you can be very shy. You're very reliable, practical, intelligent, but you are also a worrier, and you're definitely also someone who can be overly critical about themselves, and you can be very harsh about your accomplishments. And in childhood, I can definitely see that this air of innocence that you have about you is something that can be exhausting, because while other people seem to not be so hard on themselves or be okay with whatever work that they put together, or be okay with lesser quality results, you are definitely someone who seems to not be able to catch a breath because you are a perfectionist. You're someone who wants to do something in a very high standard, in an amazing way if you can. Furthermore, in the fog, I can see that something is veiled when it comes to that. And what's maybe veiled is this feeling of having never been quite good enough or never different enough. So maybe growing up, there was never something that you were outstanding at, where other people excelled at, like sports, music, math, I mean, whatever it was. You may have always had this childhood kind of burden with you, where you felt like there was nothing that made you stand out. There was nothing that made you different in a good way, or gave you that attention that some other people got, which I definitely see is something that shows up in your perfectionist streak, and in the fact that you can sometimes be like overly critical and harsh on yourself. Moving further into your reading, we have the Eagle, and in the Eagle, I can see that your guides in the universe is really zooming in on giving you a big wake-up call about snapping out of it and not letting that dictate your self-worth and value any longer. In the Raccoon, I do want you to understand here that just because you have been living this way for a long time, being a bit of a perfectionist or being very hard on yourself, doesn't mean that a wake-up call can't be useful or that you can't change. In the Gazelle, I see elegant, quick forward movement for you, all my beautiful Virgos. So keep in mind here within the Gazelle spirit that what we have is the type of energy that allows you to transition seamlessly and effortlessly from overcompensating, maybe overthinking everything that you do, to just resting assured that you are enough, that you are beautiful, and that you deserve to be seen. I can see here within the Snake that what the universe is trying to speak to us about when it comes to you, all my beautiful Virgo babies, is that there is a rebirth that is nearing, and that this cycle that you're entering into next is one where you can truly feel comfortable and allow for yourself to blossom, to shine, and to turn into the best version yet of yourself, all my beautiful Virgos. So these are some exciting changes coming towards you. This is an exciting wake-up call. In the Iolite, I can see that this wake-up call is also going to come with a shift in your money mindset. So if you felt like money was difficult to come by, or maybe you've always felt like money was something that made you a little bit uncomfortable, know that the wake-up call is going to completely revamp how you see finances. And in the Smoky Quartz, last but not least, you're letting go of anything that has been constricting you when it comes to making more money. You're letting go of childhood trauma, and you're finally also letting go of holding in your breathing, of feeling like your chest is tight, constricted, or like you're not taking deep belly breaths. So all of my beautiful Virgos, take a deep belly breath right now. We're at the end of your zodiac signs portion of this video. I hope that you've taken your deep belly breath. I want to see your belly expand. I want to see that smile on your face. If you're looking at the screen with a very serious expression, just let the corners of your mouth turn upwards and smile, all my beautiful Virgos, because you deserve to. And just because you have been through a lot or overcompensated, or you may have veiled certain insecurities with being a perfectionist, doesn't mean that you can't work on it, and doesn't mean that you can never be in a place where, you know, the breath happens effortlessly and deeply, just as you've done right now. This can become a habit and a normalcy for you. So all my beautiful Virgo babies, I hope that you enjoyed this highly personalized approach to your reading and that you found it insightful. Let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for being a part of this reading and this video, and I'll catch you in one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Libra babies, and welcome to your zodiac signs reading. So let's move straight into the second part of your prediction so we can figure out what the next unexpected changes and events that are coming towards you truly are. So let's move into it. First up, we have the full moon. All my beautiful Libra babies, in the full moon, I can see that you will unexpectedly complete a big task, a big kind of job that you had that was on the go for a long time, and you can finally close the chapter and be proud of your accomplishment. As a Libra, you are very diplomatic, you're easygoing, but at the same time, you can be a little bit indecisive and changeable, which makes completing things a little difficult at times, but you're going to overcome that. Next up, we have the dance. So as a natural result, you're of course going to celebrate, you're going to have a good time because this completion, this is a big one, okay? You may have had some sort of project that was on the go for the past months, and finally completing that leaves you feeling elated and like you can just dance and have a good time. Even if you're not allowed to go out to your favorite spots where there are certain restrictions in your country, you're still going to celebrate and have the best time, all my beautiful Libra babies. Moving further into your reading in the river, I can see that now you're just excited for the next thing. So once you've completed one thing, it's like you can't wait to start the next project. So once you have completed, for example, cleaning up your living space, just overall taking care of a project that needed to be completed, once you have that feeling of completion, it's like you continue to seek it out and you continue to try to get more of it. So it's almost like an addictive type of feeling for you, all my beautiful Libras. Moving even further into your reading, we have the spring equinox. And in the spring equinox, I see that this is like a rebirth for you. This is a side of you that you didn't know, that you had maybe lost a long time ago, especially during times where you have felt overworked or like there was just too much going on to keep up with. Feelings of completion may have not satisfied you as much as they will now. So I can definitely see within the spring equinox that this forward movement is like a fresh start and a rebirth and a excuse. Well, it's not an excuse. I mean, it's valid, all my beautiful Libras, but a good reason for you to celebrate and have a good time, even while the world is in a little bit of a difficult spot and in some sort of limbo, it feels like. Next, in the garnet, I can also see for all of my beautiful Libras that an unexpected change coming for you is you reigniting some passions that were long lost. It may actually literally be dancing or like in the river moving, you know, some sort of physical sport. I can see here in the apophyllite that remaining positive is the best thing that you can do for yourself when reigniting a passion of yours. Because if you were really good at something in the past, like for example, I used to be able to run really far really quickly, and I do want you to know here in the apophyllite that you're going to have to stay positive to get back to that space, because when you've fallen out of doing something, like for example with me running and getting back into it, you can have high expectations about how good you're at like this certain passion or how effective that your body works or your mind works in this topic or this field of conversation. So don't be so hard on yourself, and definitely stay positive and know that you can get back up there to run as quickly as you used to and to be as fit as you once were. Stay positive when it comes to that, and don't already kind of like ruin the experience by having expectations that are way too high and that don't give you any time to get back into a passion project. That is what I see is really important for you to pay attention to, all my beautiful Libras. Next up, we have the High Priestess. So in the High Priestess, I can see a lot of wisdom. I can see your intuition being on point, and furthermore, in conjunction to the spring equinox, that your rebirth comes with a increase in maturity, an increase in you knowing who you truly are. In the Five of Swords, there are some sort of disagreements about that are in the air, and those disagreements don't necessarily have to stem from you. I do see here within the Five of Swords that there may be conflict when it comes to communication with other people. In the Eight of Swords, I can see a feeling of frustration, or like you're not able to truly be yourself, or like some people don't see you for who you really are, and the fact that you're such a hard worker. Some people may completely underestimate how much you actually put into your projects and how much work actually goes into being you and just doing life. I can see here within the Nine of Swords that this kind of gives you a sense of anxiety. This gives you a sense of feeling like you regret opening up to some people because you feel like they don't really know how to appreciate you. And this is an unexpected change that's coming that will definitely leave you feeling like you should guard yourself a little more before you openly communicate about who you are as a person, what you're going through, and what's important to you. As a Libra, you're definitely someone who's very sociable, very easygoing, but make sure that you save all of your amazing qualities for people who really understand and for people who will cheer you on and not be jealous of you. I do see here in the Labradorite that all my beautiful Libras, seeing the magic in yourself. Okay, this is something that is coming as a big change. Understanding just how much you are worth and how special of a person that you are, that yeah, you don't need to let everyone have access to your energy. You don't need to allow anyone to come into your life as they please and go as they please. No, it's important for you to ensure that with your rebirth, you're also seeing the magic in yourself and setting firm boundaries with certain people. Last but not least, the hematite popped right into your reading, and in the hematite, grounding yourself. This is going to make a big change. Even just walking around barefoot, that can be seen as grounding, all of my beautiful Libra babies. So if you can, that is a very amazing, quick, free way to ground yourself, to get connected to the earth again, the vibration of the ground, of the earth. I do want you to know here in the hematite that grounding yourself is definitely something that can create some positive changes when you're going through a time of conflict, frustration, and when your mind is just racing. Because as a Libra, you're definitely an air sign that is constantly in a state of thinking and constantly in a state of going through different things mentally that not many other people understand. So it's important for you to have some sort of outlet that you can rely on to help stabilize your mind. So all of my beautiful Libra babies, this is the reading that I received for your zodiac sign. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Thank you so much for spending this divine time and space with me. I hope you enjoyed this highly personalized two-part approach. Let me know down below in the comment section, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, all my beautiful Scorpio babies, and welcome to your zodiac signs prediction on the next unexpected changes and events that are coming towards you. So let's get straight into it so we can figure out exactly what's coming towards all my beautiful Scorpio babies. I hope you love this highly personalized approach where you get to first pick one of 4 groups and then tune into your zodiac sign. So let's get into it. First up, we have the fog. So something is veiled, all my beautiful Scorpios, and you are definitely a sign of the zodiac that is rather secretive, okay, that is rather kind of like reserved, if you will. You're a very forceful as well as powerful sign. You're a very magnetic person, but you don't open up to just anyone. Many people may feel like they know you, but only very few can actually rest assured that that is true. I can see here within the wolf that the best way for you to kind of uncover something that is also a mystery to you, all my beautiful Scorpios, is by following your instinct. So if, for example, you are not sure what to make of another human being, a relationship, or even a business opportunity, follow that instinct of yours, as your intuition doesn't lie and neither does your instinct. In the fire, I can also see here that something that has been covered up is just how passionate another human being is about you. follow your instinct when it comes to that, as I can see in conjunction to the fog that someone is hiding their true feelings that they have for you, and beneath the veil, beneath the fog, they actually feel so passionate about being with you. Ooh, in the new moon, all my beautiful Scorpio babies, I can see that they wish they could marry you, be with you, do the type of promise ring ceremony that you have maybe seen in the past. I can see here within the new moon and the promise that they definitely want to be there. They definitely want to be held accountable for all of the promises that they make and everything that they're trying to accomplish with the relationship with you. In the ceremony and invocation, I do want you to understand here that this person definitely wishes that it would be easier to show you their passion. It would be easier to show you how much that they care about you, but they're definitely really scared about being rejected and about, of course, having to feel embarrassed about that, because rejection is never easy. And I'd say for 99% of us, it is embarrassing, at least to a little degree. Next up, we have the Six of Cups. So all of my beautiful Scorpio babies, in the next unexpected changes in the Six of Cups, I can see that because someone is kind of like lusting after you, someone is kind of really intrigued by you and wants to be with you, this definitely amps up your confidence as well as you feeling sensual, as you feeling like you can be a little bit seductive as well. In the Three of Diamonds, your workplace is definitely also riddled with people who would like to work with you and with people who might be covering up just how much that they like you, but it is lurking right beneath the surface. It is right there, able for you to tap into, but it's important for you to be very open-minded and, like we spoke about here in the Wolf, follow your instinct. The Ace of Diamonds shows me, for all my beautiful Scorpio babies, that this is a great time and moving forward for you to start a new business venture. And I do see here that an unexpected change coming for you is a twist for the better in your career. I see an increase in your passion for your career, an increase in how much money you're able to make, or just how successful you're able to be within your career moving forward. And this being an unexpected surprise is a really positive one that definitely also unveils or uncovers some of the things that are coming next in your life that you can look forward to. But let's move further into your reading, all my beautiful Scorpio babies. Next up, we've got the Mask. In the Mask, I can see here that an unexpected change is this person opening up to you. Okay, so I did definitely mention to you how they were afraid of rejection, which is something completely natural. But in the Mask, I definitely see that they will confess their emotions and their feelings to you sooner rather than later. In the Crone, I also want you to understand here that not all that glitters is gold. So maybe this person isn't as glittery as you'd like them to be. Maybe this person who is into you doesn't seem as appealing from your standpoint or your viewpoint, but definitely understand here within the Crone that while some people who glitter a lot and some people who put a lot of work into their exterior appearance may look good on the exterior, may look good on the outside, but not so good on the inside. And the same goes for the other way round. Someone who may be a little bit more normal or basic on the outside may just surprise you so much when you get to know them from the inside. And I do see that someone is trying to move into your life who will come as a great surprise, and they are so passionate about getting to know you even more. They're so passionate about making you a lasting part of their life and their existence. So look forward to this, all my beautiful Scorpio babies. I hope that you found this reading insightful and that it gave you clarity, and that this two-part approach to a pick a card reading is something that brought you joy and that you found to be helpful. Thank you for being here, and I'll catch you in one of my upcoming readings. Hello, all my beautiful Sagittarius babies, and welcome to your zodiac signs portion of this reading. So let's move into it so we can figure out exactly what the next unexpected changes and events that are coming towards you are. As a Sagittarius, you are a very optimistic sign, you are straightforward, and you're definitely intellectually gifted. In the Amethyst, I can see that while you're an intellectual person, you are very intelligent. It is also important for you to listen to your intuition every now and then, all my Sagittarius babies, and don't feel as though you have to justify why you're listening to your intuition or why that is important to you. In the Lemurian quartz, I can also see here that practicing patience when communicating with your intuition is important. Yes, all my beautiful Sagittarius babies, communicating with your intuition is something that can be practiced. It's something that will require some patience, but your intuition is like a muscle. The more you use it, the more it grows, the stronger it becomes. So do know here in the Lemurian quartz that you may just have to be a little bit patient when it comes to strengthening your intuition. It's not an overnight thing. In the Sunstone, however, because you are a Sagittarius, okay, you are already so much more jovial as well as optimistic, and the Sunstone reflects that. Even if you bump your head, things always seem to be like the glass is half full for you. So you take pleasure in the things that you do. So I do definitely see here that even though some unexpected changes coming towards you definitely mean that you have this strengthened relationship with your intuition, that is also something that shows that you are able to practice patience because it may not be perfect. However, you're still hopeful about your intuition becoming clearer, and you're taking everything with in a stride, and you're ensuring that you take pleasure in everything that you do in the typical Sagittarius fashion. And your intuition being like the highlight of your day is definitely an unexpected change that's coming towards you, because you can sometimes be a little bit restless and sometimes fail to listen to your intuition or your inner dialogue. So being more in tune with that is a positive change for you. In the Hunter, I can see that this will also inspire you to track down your fears and your desires. So tracking down fears that you feel have maybe been holding you back for a long time, fears that have been stopping you from being able to truly embrace yourself, as well as tracking down what you desire. So when you get rid of fear, what remains? And those desires that remain once you get rid of the fear of failure, that is another thing that I see you being able to work on that works surprisingly well when these things go hand in hand with your intuition, as we spoke about in the Amethyst. So think of it this way. First, you track down your fears. You figure out what those fears are and how they're stopping you from actually tracking down what you desire. For example, if you want to be successful in business, you may be afraid of failing, which is actually keeping you away from tracking down your desires because of your fear of failure. You maybe never get started with your own business, or kind of pushing yourself a bit more. So you're getting rid of those fears of pushing yourself more. You're getting those out of the way, which then means that you can go for your desires, which is to be better when it comes to your business and your professional life, whatever better means to you. And in the Amethyst, I can see that you will intuitively know what's holding you back, why you've been held back, and how you can get rid of these fears that you are tracking down. In the Heart Guardian, wow, loving and letting yourself be loved, all my beautiful Sagittarius babies, ensuring that you are not just giving love, but you're also receiving love. Life is all about reciprocity, and also not being afraid to give more love in any given situation than you maybe expect to receive. I can see here within the Eagle that you're being called to see things from a higher perspective. And by higher perspective, I mean not feeling like you immediately need love returned, or like every situation has to be based on reciprocity immediately. Just trusting that if you do the right thing and you express yourself with love, with a pure intent, and someone else decides to not do so or to do the complete opposite, this is not a level that you should stoop to. This is not something that you should feel like regretful of, or like you lost, or like you shouldn't have put yourself out there. You being a good person is something to be proud of, and see it from a higher perspective. Like what type of karma someone else is creating for themselves is none of your business. Focus on your own karma and your energy that you're putting out there. I can see here within the tsunami, all my beautiful Sagittarius babies, that a big change that's coming for you is this wake-up call. And in the lotus flower, I can see that it will unfold bit by bit. So on one hand, it's like a big tidal wave. It's a huge wake-up call, but the true knowledge, secrets, and wisdom is going to unfold over the course of a few weeks or a few months. I can see here within the full moon that this is going to be a complete transformation, and it's definitely something that's happening at a cellular level for you. So a complete change of who you are, your belief system, your values, and what you feel is your integrity. As I can see here in the forest, that you're returning to a more natural state, and you may notice this in every aspect of your life. You may be eating foods that are a lot more natural. You may be dressing in a way that is a lot more comfortable and natural, even doing less to your appearance so that you feel like you can connect with how you were created, how you were made, and not feeling the need to manipulate your face using Photoshop or maybe makeup or maybe cosmetic procedures, but actually having this wake-up call of, hey, I am beautiful as I am. I am a part of nature, and nature is whole and complete, and therefore because I am a part of nature and nature is whole and complete, I am whole and complete. And this is something that I can rest in and know is part of my truth. So all of my beautiful Sagittarius babies, this is the reading that I received for your zodiac sign. I hope that you enjoyed it and found it insightful, uplifting, and supportive. Of course, let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Capricorn babies, and welcome to your zodiac signs portion of this reading. So let's move straight into it so we can figure out exactly what next unexpected changes are coming for all of my beautiful Capricorn babies of this world. So let's see what's up next for you. We have Aletheia. So in Aletheia, I can definitely see here that a next big unexpected change that's coming for you is a deeper understanding of duality, a deeper understanding also of other people's beliefs. So in the past, you may have felt deeply disconnected from people who had strong opposing political views to yours, or strong views when it comes to their lifestyle choices. But in Aletheia, I can definitely see that you're understanding both sides of the coin a little bit more, and you're growing more accepting, and like you can sort of like relate to how some people may have developed in certain ways depending on what they've been through or what traumas that they have experienced in the past. In the Judge, I can see that you're refraining from gossiping, all my beautiful Capricorns, and you're not going to hold someone's past against them, and you're not going to judge someone for the fact that they may have been through a very difficult and hard situation in life. And in the Judge as well as Aletheia, I do want you to know that an unexpected change coming for you is the fact that this actually unlocks a lot more warm, welcoming, and inviting energy, because people can feel that you have this very non-threatening type of aura about you. In the Gem, this definitely makes you someone that others flock towards, that others want to have near them, and you're like a hot commodity, all my beautiful Capricorns, okay? Because you are understanding, and you definitely are open to new information, and you're open to learning more about other people, their habits, their culture, teachers. This is something that makes you a gem that we need more of in this world, all my beautiful Capricorns. Let's move further into your reading. And the drum, I can see that you're definitely making noise. You're definitely making some waves. You're unafraid to express your dreams. And a lot of people who have quote unquote made it, or a lot of people who we look up to, they once just had like a dream that they voiced. Like, for example, Lady Gaga once said that she is definitely going to be famous, and she said in an interview that people laughed at her. Now, you may like her, you may dislike her, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, she made noise when it came to her dreams, and she succeeded. The same goes for a lot of other artists and people of a similar nature. And that is one thing that I can see here for you, all my beautiful Capricorns, that is coming as an unexpected event next. In the Magic Guardian, you're unlocking the magic within because you're speaking things into existence. The more you say that you're going to do something or something is going to happen, the more you actually speak it into existence and the more that you actually make it happen. As I can see here within the Wise One, that you're understanding that it doesn't really matter what other people may think of your goals, your aspirations, or you speaking things into existence. What really matters is that you grow within your current situation. And if a fear has always been to speak a dream out loud or speak it into existence for fear of letting other people know what that dream is and then failing and, publicly embarrassing yourself, then you know that you have to do that even more if it makes you uncomfortable. Then you know that this challenge is something that pushes you out of your comfort zone and pushes you to expand your boundaries in a great way, but will also show you, as we have here within the Owl by the Wise One, who your true friends are and who is just here to watch you fall and then maybe laugh or just say, I told you so. Next, we have the Cheetah. So we have quick forward movement, all my Capricorn babies. We definitely have things moving at a rapid pace for you. And in the Elephant, I see that again, we come back to this notion of wisdom, like we spoke about within the Wise One. So wisdom being something that is growing steadily and quickly for you. In the Spider, I can see that the more you're learning, the more you're able to spin your web of success, the more you're able to spin your web of dreams, because you know exactly how to move forward. You know exactly what to do in order to speak the dreams that you have into existence, and who to look out for, who to cut out, and who to keep close to you, and what type of information you can take in order to be more successful. For me, it's always been podcasts. I love listening to podcasts, as taking in knowledge and wisdom that way has helped me immensely in becoming better at my business and becoming better at what I love to do, which is creating my pick a card readings here on YouTube. If you're not yet familiar with my business, it is called bowlife.com. It is my crystal jewelry shop. It is my online store where I also have the book that I've authored, the deck that I've authored. Let me just show you. It is the Gentle Heart Tarot deck is what it's called. This is what it looks like. I've used it in many videos. There are many independent reviews of it online, so feel free to check that out. It's all linked down below, all my beautiful Capricorn babies. So do know here that you choose your way of gaining wisdom and knowledge in a field that you want to grow in. In the Aquamarine, once you have gotten into your flow, once you have found your niche, your way of doing things, it's all just going to happen naturally and progress very naturally. In the Azurite, I can see that all that you need to do is to get laser focused on one topic. Get laser focused on something that you love, on something that makes you excited to get up in the morning, and the changes that you will see, the type of magic that will unlock within you, as we had here within the Magic Guardian, is going to be miraculous and is going to bring you to places that you never expected for yourself. But the first step, all my beautiful Capricorns, is to get focused on that one thing, and is to grow your wisdom, knowledge, as well as your confidence in it, and not be afraid to express what that dream is. So all of my beautiful Capricorn babies, this is the reading that I received for your sign. I hope that you enjoyed this approach, this two-part approach to a pick a card reading. Let me know down below in the comment section, and thank you so much for joining me today. I'll catch you in one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Aquarius babies, and welcome to your zodiac signs portion of this video. So let's figure out exactly what the next unexpected changes are that are coming towards all my beautiful air sign babies, all of my beautiful Aquariuses. Despite you having Aqua in your name, you are an air sign. You're highly communicative, you're friendly, honest, and loyal. So let's see what's coming up next for you. We have the Eagle first and foremost. So in the Eagle, I can definitely see a lot of foresight. I can see you planning ahead, as well as being able to connect with others better than ever. In conjunction to Fire, all my beautiful Aquarius babies, I can see that this is coming because as a change, this is coming as a change is what I meant to say, because you feel as though your passion has been reignited. I'm sorry if my readings can sometimes be a little bit all over the place when I have a lot of information coming through. I'm trying to just get it all out there. So in Fire, I can see that passion is being reignited in different areas of your life. So you definitely want to make people who you care about a part of that, and you want to ensure that you're expressing to them exactly what you're going through and exactly what type of areas of your life are experiencing some sort of comeback or reignition. I can see here within the tree that just overall being in a space where you're planning ahead and you're ensuring that your passion projects are a part of your future. That is something really grounding, and it's something that is making you so excited for what is to come next. In the Dragonfly, you wanting to make emergence the main experience when reigniting your passion for certain areas of your life is something that is going to allow for changes to come that are very grounding, and changes that allow you to be hyper focused on areas of your life that you've maybe been neglecting for a long time. In the Turtle, I see that the race is going to be slow and steady, but at the end of the day, you're going to win it, all my beautiful Aquarius babies. You're someone who is very inventive, creative, and independent. You're not someone who is going to do a project that just takes like 2 seconds to make, that is half-assed, that is put out there, and then is gone tomorrow. No, you're not about here today, gone tomorrow. You're all about here today and here to stay, okay? That is one thing that I can see here within the Turtle for you. In the Owl, there is a lot of wisdom. As already mentioned, you're someone who is very smart, you're someone who is inventive and original, and your intellectual side will not allow you to put any type of work out there publicly that isn't great. But as an Aquarius, you're definitely someone who has some unexpected changes coming towards them that are like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates types of changes, where you created something like in your garage, you created something that started really small, but is going to change your entire existence as well as touch many other people's lives. In the Lion, this is coming from a place of bravery. This is coming from a place of being unafraid to completely be encompassed in something that you're passionate about, to completely devote your life to it, and also to communicate that to other people and to plan with that being your future, okay? To plan with your future in mind when it comes to following your passions, to be in a space where you're like, okay, it's either I do something that I love and I'm passionate about or nothing, but you're definitely not going to allow your life to be wasted. In the Fish, you intuitively, you just know. You know that you're going to be okay. You know that you're going to be able to swim if the situation is either you sink or swim, all my beautiful Aquarius babies. You always find a way to get yourself out of a difficult situation, and there is nothing that can scare you to the point where you don't want to follow your dreams, or where you feel like it's not worth following your dreams. And I see here that as a big unexpected change coming for you, is just how you find that your intuition works really beautifully as this inner knowingness, as this inner drive within you that just tells you to keep going. And even if your back is against the wall, you will find a way. In the Sage, I see devotion, I see commitment, I see you being unafraid to commit your entire lifetime to what matters to you, to a passion project, and turning that into something that can make millions or billions millions and really have a ripple effect in society. In the Shield Maiden, you're making plans and you're focusing. So all of my beautiful Aquarius babies, if you have felt uninspired, know that a change that's coming for you, a big unexpected change, is how focused that you are, how you are immersing yourself into something that you're into something that is a slow but steady race that is going to end up truly displaying what a genius that you are, how independent that you are, how wise that you can be, and also the fact that you're like one of those crazy geniuses that end up doing things that everyone else thought was impossible, but like you just do it and you make it look easy. That is like a big unexpected change that I can see coming next for all of my beautiful Aquarius babies of this world. So we're at the end of your zodiac signs portion of this prediction. I truly hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for spending this divine time and space with me. Know that I appreciate you, and I'm thinking of you, all my beautiful Aquarius babies, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming videos. Hello, all my beautiful Pisces babies, and welcome to your zodiac signs portion of this reading. So lean back, relax, and enjoy while we figure out exactly what the next unexpected changes are that are coming towards all of my beautiful Pisces brothers and sisters out there. I really love creating these two-part readings for you, and I hope that they inspire you just as much as they inspire me. So let's move into your reading. Okay, first up we have the Milky Way. So in the Milky Way, I can see here that there is a change coming towards you, all my beautiful Pisces, in your perspective, in the way that you see this world, the universe, and our existence, in the way that you see humanity, but also this planet shifting. In music, I can definitely see that this is a change that sparks more hope within you. So you may find that in the past you had a more fatalistic worldview. Maybe you thought that we were all doomed, or that, you know, people just aren't really paying close attention to nature, to how nature is changing for the worse in many instances. But in music, I can definitely see that there are certain people who are allowing you to believe in the good in humanity, and allowing you to actually have faith that maybe things aren't all that bad, and maybe your perspective was a little bleak in the past, and now you're actually seeing how there are people in the world who are making changes for the better, and that this may have a true positive impact with long-term effects. In fire, I can see your passion being reignited for causes that are humanitarian, for causes that have to do with a lot of people making little changes that can make big waves, because it is definitely a little bit of an excuse that a lot of people like to say, well, you know, if it's only me who uses less plastic or goes vegan or buys more ethical stuff, that's not going to make a difference. Well, it starts with one person, and it's definitely something that we need to own, that we can't just pass the blame onto the fact that the masses right now are doing certain things. That doesn't mean that we can't do our part, or that because a lot of people are not protecting nature, or a lot of people are not as passionate about philanthropy as they should be, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do anything because you can't make a change anyways. That is not true, all of my beautiful Pisces. There have been many men and women, many beautiful beings of this world who have changed the world for the better, who have gained a following, who have created a domino effect that was positive. Next up, we have the volcano. So as an unexpected next change coming for you, I see an explosion, an eruption of emotion. So you're no longer going to take any excuses from anyone. We were just talking about excuses and perspective on it, your perspective changing when it comes to your worldview, and definitely not leaning into this whole one person can't change the world thing, but you're actually looking at the glass as half full. So one person can change the world rather than one person cannot change the world, which would be like a glass half empty kind of way of seeing things. I can see here within the tsunami that you're going to have this big wake-up call. So think watching a documentary, watching or reading something that makes you understand how urgent everything really is, how we just have like this ticking time bomb of, you know, glaciers melting, of pollution being something that increases, of rainforest being just completely destroyed. There is urgency here, and in the tsunami I can see that there is something that will tick you off really soon, all my beautiful Pisces babies, that will be a huge wake-up call to you, and you're not going to be silent about it. You're definitely going to be very vocal about your feelings when it comes to these topics. In the Traveler, you're moving in a new direction. You're inspired to try something different, to maybe even be a little bit of an activist, and not necessarily trying to get other people to change, but starting with your own little changes, starting with implementing changes that you can make in order to be the person who walks their talk. And the she-wolf, the wild side within you, is being unleashed the more you feel like there's nothing to ever be ashamed about. That is one thing that I can see here within the Milky Way, as well as the she-wolf. In the past, you may have had this perspective of being embarrassed by a lot of little things, maybe dressing in a way that other people commented on. So, you know, just trying to blend in so that you don't stand out. Maybe you found it embarrassing to have a different opinion than other people, or to ask questions when everyone else is silent in a meeting or during a class. But in the she-wolf, as well as the Milky Way, I see that you're just completely letting go of those little cringe day-to-day moments, those little moments of feeling embarrassed, and you're kind of moving to a place where you're almost like, you know how old people or grannies, it's like there is nothing that can embarrass them. They've seen it all. All of my beautiful Pisces babies, I see that type of like old granny, grandpa energy. And I mean this in the best possible way, and in the way that just exudes so much wisdom, that little things don't embarrass you, and you don't care to follow like silly trends at all. I can see here within the epidote, you're all about going deeper. You're all about informing yourself more. You're all about being well-read, as well as being financially literate, but also understanding what is going on in the world as a whole. In the Amethyst, all my beautiful Pisces, I want you to also understand that you've always intuitively known these connections. So you may have always thought to yourself like, this is really weird. For example, why do a lot of people have a shortage of like clean drinking water or food when somehow like the rest of the world is able to have so much food and so much water that they can waste it? You know, why are certain countries really obese while other countries struggle to even like give people the bare minimum of food, of nourishment? And I see that intuitively you've always known that something was wrong or rigged, and I can definitely see that you're opening up, your perspective is changing as you see that as soon as you follow the money, it becomes very clear that it's all down to greed. It's all down to humanity kind of failing to care about one another the way that we should, and that sometimes, you know, one person, one CEO can have such a big impact in not giving local people jobs or access to clean water, to amenities and so on, but using everything for their corporation that is like exploiting that place or that country. So that is where we come back to the she-wolf, as well as you kind of like understanding that it's important to not say that one person cannot make a change. One person can make a change, all my beautiful Pisces. And who knows, maybe you'll be the CEO of a company one day, all my beautiful Pisces, and you'll be able to call the shots on putting more notions and motions in place in order to protect the environment and to give people fairer living conditions. Next up, we have the Beaver. So all my beautiful Pisces, in the Beaver, you're definitely building something that is meant to last. And do know that the beaver is also a creature that creates completely new habitats and completely new areas in which species can thrive. So particularly the whole creating new habitats thing, do know that that ties in beautifully with what we spoke about, with you being at the top of the food chain, you being the boss, and not being that person who is so greedy that they'd rather just take a bigger check at the end of the year, or kind of like bigger profits for themselves. You would rather invest a little bit more in ensuring that the environment is protected and that you're doing your part in order to leave a positive mark compared to what people have maybe done in the past because they were misinformed or greedy. There is also a lot of misinformation, so not everyone who makes decisions that are bad for the environment or for other people, not everyone does so knowingly, and not everyone does so coming from a bad place. In the camel, I can definitely see that you are the type of person who can just keep going, and you're the type of person who has a lot of these like reserves, as the camel does, within them to continue going, even if you're going through a dry spell in your life, even if things aren't going as anticipated, even if life throws difficulties, challenges at you, you're not giving up. You're in it for the long haul, and that is one thing that is so beautiful to see. And a big unexpected change coming for you is definitely that you're shaping up to be this person who actually makes a lot of big decisions. You're moving into the new direction of making bigger decisions. So maybe through your own company or just working your way up your corporate ladder, whatever type of area it is or field it is that you work in. And because you're very passionate and you go deeper with topics, you don't just remain on the surface, you're able to make changes in the work world that not only affect you, but everybody who is involved, which is beautiful. All my beautiful Pisces babies, this is the reading that I received for your zodiac sign. I hope you enjoyed receiving the second part of your prediction. You know that I always try to go above and beyond, is what I meant to say, in order to create the most accurate, personalized readings for you. So make sure that you hit that thumbs up button and that you click that thumbs up button in order to let the algorithm and me know that you appreciate these videos. And I'll catch you during one of my upcoming readings.